So I want to ask you specifically because the wages delay has been going on since the COVID period, almost 6 years now. Within the Payment of Wages Act specifically, what's the outer limit within which the wages must be cleared by a specific company? And what are the consequences for the company if it fails to clear those wages within that particular period with respect to SpiceJet here being the company, of course?
Well, the wages have to be cleared within a stipulated period of time, which is generally 2 months. And in exceptional cases, it can be extended. But what is difficult to understand is why the airline is not paying the staff. This is the minimum amount which they have to pay. The first priority is of labor, apart from the fact that they have to buy fuel. But in addition to that, the first priority is labor. You cannot keep the employees unpaid. And for 4 months, they have not been paid. This is ridiculous. I'm surprised that the employees have been so patient and they're continuing to work for the airline. In any other situation, they may just stop working or go on strike or take some action, but they have not taken any action. Under the labor laws, they can certainly immediately approach the labor commissioner and ask for redressal of their grievances. I don't know whether that has been done. Possibly it would have been done, and the labor commissioner would then immediately take it up immediately and see that some direction is given to SpiceJet, to the management, to pay the employees at least partially in installments. Some payment has to be made. Otherwise, the airline itself is at risk. Because if there are disgruntled employees, or if there are dissatisfied employees, or there are employees who have anxieties over repayment of their loans and other expenses, as mentioned, that the crew members would not be in the right state of mind while flying an aircraft or whatever, and therefore even the passengers are at risk with such a situation. So something has to be done. If he cannot manage it, he must swallow his ego and sell off the airline and do something about it. But he has to make payments immediately to the employees.
Right, sir. Now, help us understand the legal consequences of this as well. Like, of course, this is a very big issue. The impact of it could be multifold, not just for employees, but for safety at large, like you mentioned. But what are going to be the legal consequences of this issue?
Well, the legal consequences are there is a debt, and the employees have to immediately move to the labor commissioner and ask for payment of over the dues. So legally, of course, all the possibilities are there, but somebody has to act in the matter.
Right.
And obviously, the action has to be taken urgently, and the authorities concerned, the labor commissioner must take immediate action. And if he has to perform his job. The point is, we have a lot of laws, but there's no implementation of the laws in this country. And that is what is creating the distress.
Right. I also had a question for you, sir, if you're able to hear me. The fact of the matter remains that during the Kingfisher days, all these pilot associations, air hostess associations has sort of activated and come in as a collective voice to hold Vijay Mallya accountable. Now, do you see the same routine happening with Ajay Singh and its employees at SpiceJet?
I not only see it, but it must happen. They must take action. They can't keep quiet about it or just ask Republic TV to take it up. Surely that's not the way to do it. They have to take action against the own management. They have to meet him in a big group and say that, look, either you pay by this date, otherwise we just stop working. And the airline will have to close down. But at least it's better for the airline to close down than for the airline to run with this type of a problem which employees are facing today. Because there could be other issues also, whether they are paid to the airline, those running the airports. Airports are also charging fees.
Right, sir.
Which have to be paid on time. Question is, have they paid them on time? All these issues will come up.
Right, sir. Right.
Well,
Right, sir.
thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. We'll be tracking this story very closely. Back to you, Amrita.
Right, thank you so much for those updates. Our Republic Business bringing you all of the business updates in this. And viewers, we move on to a major breaking news that we are tracking at the moment. A huge Republic impact. In fact, big food brands withdraw 100% pure claim. several brands, including Dabur, dropped the 100 pure level in food brands that have been forced to act after the Fasai raids. This after several food companies have been found to have adulterated food as well, and the big companies like Dabur has now been forced to withdraw the 100% pure claim. In fact, this has been a Republic campaign for the past few days where it has exposed several lapses and unhygienic sanitations in food preparation and delivery warehouses as well. And after that, we are also getting this update that major food brands will now be withdrawing the label 100% pure. In fact, this as a big step towards ensuring that what we consume is very thoroughly tested and stays clean and transparent to what the big food product companies are putting forward. My colleague Nitin joins us to give us more updates on this. Nitin, this is in fact, we can call it a big Republic impact also. We have been running this campaign for the past few days, exposing these warehouses and food companies, various food adulterated. We have found Dabur, even one of the big food companies, in fact, their products were adulterated in this as well. And now we're getting reports that major food brands will now not be using 100% pure claim as part of this, as a big transparent move for the consumers also. Give us more details on that, Nitin.
Exactly. So it's basically a curb on fake advertising here, Amrita. 100% claims are usually not true, and that's what the FSS's AI has highlighted after Republic Media purely covered it on the crackdown that's happening across the country. Basic trust issues still remain. These are legacy companies, Amway, India, Imami, Bond, Biscuits. They've been there forever. So it's a very big action taken from FSS AI after we've sort of been at the back of reporting everything to ensure that the food that you receive is, first of all, it's free of false advertising. Now what the FSS AI informed that it has initiated action against food business operators to discontinue the use of the term 100% on labels, packaging and promotional or advertising materials. So that's the latest, and we'll keep following the story. Back to you, Amrita.
Right. Thank you so much for all of those updates, Nitin. This is, in fact, a major impact that we are tracking. And now, after finding that several premium hotels and several food chains are found to have expired food products and unsafe and unhygienic food storage and warehouses, this now we are getting that food companies, major food labels, will not be carrying the 100% pure in their labels, as various Republic investigation also flagged that their products, when in fact not 100% pure, they're found to be adulterated. This is coming after major FDA raids as also conducted in several parts of the nation, including Maharashtra, Karnataka, and several parts of the state as well.
पेपर माफिया, शिक्षा माफिया नष्ट नाबूद हो गया। चलिए।
Well, these are visuals from Ranchi, from Jharkhand. This is just days after the government has cancelled the JSSA CGL examinations, and the student leader who was on a hunger strike broke his fast and was celebrating. These are visuals of them celebrating as well. We are seeing that the student leader has been accompanied by various supporters and protesters, student protesters who have been demanding the cancellation of the exams, and we can see them celebrating once again after the government has agreed to cancel the JSSC CGL examinations. That and individuals on your screen, you can see Devendra Mato, who has been one of the student leader in this phase of the Jharkhand student protest. They have been demanding transparency. They have been calling for exam reforms. They have still been demanding for the CBI probe. We're getting to know that
ये आभार यात्रा ये निकाल रहे हैं। आभार यात्रा निकालने के साथ साथ देखिए तिरंगा लिए हुए हैं। छात्रों में जो हौसला है वो बढ़ा हुआ है। उनका यही कहना है कि हमने 60 दिन का समय जो है वो सरकार को दिया है। अब इस 60 दिन के समय में जो सीबीआई जांच की मांग थी, पीजीटी परीक्षा को रद्द करने की मांग थी और अन्य मांग थी, उसे भी सरकार जो है ज़रूर माने, वरना 60 दिन के बाद दोबारा से यहाँ पे आंदोलन देखने को मिलेगा। 60 दिन का समय और यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं फूलों से स्वागत जो है किया जा रहा है, खासतौर पर उन स्टूडेंट्स का जो भूख हड़ताल पर बैठे हुए थे, पिछले 16 दिन से भूख हड़ताल पर बैठे हुए थे। देखिए माला पहना करके उनका जो स्वागत है वो यहाँ पे किया जा रहा है। आगे से तस्वीरें दिखाए तो देखिए विक्ट्री साइन भी दिखा रही हैं, ये उनका विक्ट्री साइन है। और स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पे जो लगातार अनशन पर बैठे हुए थे, प्रदर्शन पर बैठे हुए थे, पिछले 25 दिन से प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे थे, आज देखिए आभार यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं। आभार यात्रा के साथ साथ इन्होंने अपने इस आंदोलन को 60 दिन के लिए स्थगित कर दिया है। 60 दिन के लिए स्थगित करने के साथ साथ उन्होंने चेतावनी भी सरकार को दी है। सरकार का शुक्रिया भी किया और उसी के साथ चेतावनी भी दी कि अगर अन्य मांगों पर काम नहीं होता है 60 दिन में और ऐसा लगता है कि सरकार सहयोग नहीं कर रही है, पीजीटी रद्द नहीं करती है, सीबीआई मांग पर सहमति नहीं बनती है अगर 60 दिन बाद, तो दोबारा से यहाँ पे आंदोलन की शुरुआत ये स्टूडेंट्स करेंगे। विजय पंकज के साथ कोमल बहन, रिपब्लिक भारत।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है? आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट, स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है, स्वादिष्ट पकौड़े और बरसात, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो,
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद के हित तो है इसकी खास बात।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने। मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर कूट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा, रूंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रूंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रूंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे। Electricity bill paid.
Really?
Your mobile recharge is done.
How?
Make all kinds of payments using the Bheem Payments app and get cashback of up to rupees 300 every month. Use Bheem app to pay.
It's the Mahi way.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर कूट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया? आया। असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट। आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ। 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है, सब का राजा, हार का मसाला।
From Bhatti to Operation Sindoor. Pakistanis are completely freaking out. The truth about Operation Sindoor haunts Pakistan. Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Berger Paints, Rang Bana Rahe. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. Century HTF Premium Plus, हरे बोट का असली बॉस.
हर पल बनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी. चमकी चाट से क्या बना है? हर घूंट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े.
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम. AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो.
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं.
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा. रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड. आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला. डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे. Electricity bill paid.
Really?
Your mobile recharge is done.
How?
Make all kinds of payments using the Bheem Payments app and get cashback of up to rupees 300 every month. Use Bheem app to pay.
It's the Mahi way.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े.
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
From Bhatti to Operation Sindoor. Pakistanis are completely freaking out. The truth about Operation Sindoor haunts Pakistan. Debating tonight at 9. Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Berger Paints, Rang Bana Rahe. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. Century HTF Premium Plus, हरे बोट का असली बॉस. Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता. उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ.
8 मिनट में तैयार.
क्या टेस्ट है. सब का राजा आर का मसाला.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
इतने पेमेंट ऐप्स पर सेफ कौन सा? तो स्विच टू भीम. एकदम सेफ और भरोसेमंद. रिवॉर्ड्स भी मिलते रहते हैं. पाओ 20 रुपए का कैशबैक 20 रुपए से ज्यादा की पहली पेमेंट पर. भीम ऐप से करो पे.
It's the Mahi way.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो.
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात.
इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं.
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा. रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील.
Good evening. Welcome to our
our Global. In this edition of our Global, we're going to cover Meta facing a major child safety trial, this time in the US, with 29 states accusing the tech giant of putting profits ahead of young users' well-being. After that, we look into President Trump's decision to scale back US-South Korea military drills and what it means for the very closely watched alliance. And lastly, viewers, we will see flash floods that are sweeping through Thailand's Nan province after torrential rain submerged streets and the homes. We take a look at our top headlines. There are 29 states that accuse Meta of addictive design, hidden safety risks, and exploiting children's data. Trump orders Pentagon to scale back South Korea military exercises. ICC warns Trump sanctions could undermine court's work. And Russia-Ukraine intensify long-range strikes as war spreads deeper. Viewers, Meta is once again on trial in a California federal court in Oakland over dangers its platform posed to children. California, Colorado, Kentucky, New Jersey come together, leading a case brought by 29 states, seeking billions in damages and major changes to how Instagram and Facebook operate the lawsuit. They claim Meta knowingly designed addictive features that fuel the youth mental health crisis while concealing those harms and routinely collecting data on children under 13 without parental consent in violation of law, while the company insists it works tirelessly to keep young users safe and has a strong defense.
Meta is back in the dock, this time over allegations that its social media platforms put children and teens at risk. Trial has begun in a California federal court with 4 states taking on the tech giant Meta. California, Colorado, Kentucky, and New Jersey are seeking billions of dollars in damages and changes to how Meta runs its platforms. The states allege Meta deliberately designed features on Instagram and Facebook to keep young users engaged for longer time. They claim Meta knew such features could encourage compulsive use and contribute to mental health problems, including anxiety, depression, and body image issues. California Attorney General Rob accuses Meta of knowing its products could be dangerous while misleading the public and lawmakers about the potential risk.
We laid out our case today, which is essentially this, that Meta has designed and deployed a dangerous product with dangerous features that they knew would create excessive use and compulsive use by children, and it would create mental health harms, including things like anxiety and depression, like body image issues, like addictive tendencies, like learning loss. They knew all that. They knew their product was dangerous, and they lied to the public. They lied to Congress.
The states are also accusing Meta of collecting data from children under 13 without parental consent, potentially violating federal child privacy law.
This is an historic trial that will provide the public an opportunity to learn just how Meta's actions broke state consumer protection law and the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, known as COPA. The public is going to hear about how Meta profited from our kids' information and engagement on the platform. Meta knew that its business strategy was harming kids and that sustained engagement on this platform correlated and caused worse mental health.
Colorado Attorney General Phil calls it an historic trial alleging Meta profited from children's data and engagement.
I'm disgusted. I'm angry. We all should be angry. As parents and as trusted adults, we decide whether a social media platform is appropriate for our kids. But we can only do that well and appropriately when we have truth and facts, not deceptive advertising or lies about safety. A trillion-dollar tech company like Meta is risking our kids' mental health and physical safety.
New Jersey Attorney General Jennifer says Meta's business model puts profits ahead of children's well-being. And with 25 states set to face Meta in a separate trial, the legal battle over big tech and child safety is far from over.
Pavan Duggal, lawyer in the Supreme Court, someone who understands AI and social media as an authority, joining us now. Good evening, Mr. Duggal. The big question here, in the California trial, 29 states allege Meta knew Instagram and Facebook could be addictive and harmful to children. They yet continued using features designed to maximize engagement and profit. Mr. Duggal, if that is proved, does this become a failure of safety, or is it deliberate corporate exploitation of children?
Well, for a corporation, it appears money is the only blinding factor. So consequently, they realize that the legal frameworks don't really mandate the necessary due diligence safety precautions that need to be taken. And because of this absence of law, they've been able to work in this particular environment where they have deliberately walked up in the direction of making their products more addictive to the children, not being mindful of the fact that ultimately these products will prejudicially harm not just the mentality and the mental growth of the children, but also could stunt their future growth and their future cognitive capabilities in the times to come. So now that these kinds of prosecutions have begun to start happening, it's time for us to start realizing that the time of blindly accepting and blindly trusting these platforms is dead and gone. These platforms are nothing but data-hungry monsters whose only job is to keep on maximizing their revenues. And consequently, child care, child hygiene, child mindset, and child mental health is something that's not really up their alley. And they don't even want to focus in that regard till such time there's a mandate of law. And because these kind of cases have come up, they've also brought forward the huge existing lacuna under existing laws that, look, it's time for the laws to mandate that the service providers are free to provide their services, but they have to make sure they put in adequate guardrails, policy safeguards in such a manner that their products or their services do not transform themselves into addictive phenomenon. And that being so, if they are consciously doing so, they should be held accountable for the same, and they should be amenable to both damages and also criminal prosecution.
Yes, and therefore, Mr. Duggal, and I agree with you that these are monsters who don't really care about the children. If the US case establishes Meta's algorithm, recommendations, engagement features, deliberate exploitation of children's vulnerability, should India go beyond parental control and impose legally enforceable obligations on Meta to audit its algorithms?
India needs a lot of things to do in terms of not just getting its act correct, but also in putting up its homework. The fact remains is that there has been a big honeymoon period that's happening under the Indian cyber law ever since the last more than 12 years, ever since the Shah Singhal versus Union of India judgment came across. That judgment categorically upheld the statutory exemption from legal liability provision under Section 79 of the IT Act. But the way the section has been misinterpreted in the public narrative actually has shown that these intermediaries have been very much successful in bringing forward an erroneous assumption under public discourse that they are not amenable to any kind of liability. Yes, they are amenable to liability if they don't comply with the IT Act and rules and regulations, if they don't exercise due diligence, if they conspire or abet in the commission of any offense, and once called upon to remove or disable access, they do that expeditiously. Now, the fact remains is that India has never been bothered about children welfare or general mental health to such an extent that they would be meriting an investigation. First and foremost, the Information Technology Act 2000 is completely silent on the mental health aspects of users for services provided by intermediaries. Number two, there are no due diligence parameters defined under Section 79 read with Section 87 of the IT Act on what precautions, safeguards should these platforms take and observe in order to protect the mental sphere of users. And number three, I think we have now seen so much of recent developments, $567 million put on Meta by a New Mexico state court, and now you have the cases where CSAM content has been generated and propagated by Meta on the platforms. So the timing is right. Now it's all up to political will of what India really wants to do in this regard.
And I think India has made its will clear. We're not going to let this, and we're not going to let this go lying down. Thank you, Mr. Duggal, for giving us that very eloquent perspective. Now, viewers, the other top focus story, it's President Trump ordering Pentagon to scale back annual military exercises with South Korea, citing the cost of the drills and what he calls a hostile signal to North Korea. The exercises are already underway, but Seoul says they will now end early after consultations with Washington. Trump also points to South Korea's refusal to support the US in the war against Iran, adding fresh strain to an already closely watched alliance.
President Trump has ordered the Pentagon to scale back annual military exercises with South Korea, citing the cost of the drills and what he called an unnecessarily hostile signal to North Korea. The US and South Korean militaries had already begun the 11-day Ulchi Freedom Shield exercises, including live-fire training involving tanks and helicopters. But South Korea's military says the drills will now end Friday, 5 days earlier than planned, with some field training also being scaled back. South Korea's Foreign Minister Cho Hyun says the decision was not simply a unilateral US order, saying defense officials held close consultations with Washington.
한미 동맹은 굳건하고 각 층에서 아주 긴밀하게 협의를 이어오고 있습니다. 그게 첫 번째로 말씀드리고 싶은 포인트입니다. 두 번째는 이번에 트럼프 대통령이 트루스 소셜에 밝힌 내용은 우리 정부는 물론이고 미국 정부의 관계자들도 전혀 사전에 알지 못했습니다. 따라서 저희도 사전에 통보받지 못했습니다. 훈련 기간, 세 번째로 훈련 기간 축소 문제에 대해서는 저희들은 국방부 장관이, 우리 안규백 국방부 장관이 미축과 트루스 소셜에 나온 이후에 긴밀하게 협의를 해온 것으로 알고 있습니다. 그래서 거기에서 협의해서 결정이 된 것으로 알고 있습니다만은 그 상세한 내용은 제가 아직 국방부로부터 전해 듣지 못했다는 점을 말씀드립니다.
Seoul also says its government was not given advance notice of Trump's Truth Social post, which called for the exercises to be cut. Trump also cited South Korea's decision to not support the US in the war against Iran as Seoul defended its position. South Korea says it has been involved in international efforts to secure a ceasefire with Iran and restore freedom of navigation through the Strait of Hormuz.
우리 정부는 이란에서의 휴전과 호르무즈 자유통항 회복을 위한 국제사회 논의에 초기부터 적극 참여해 왔으며 한반도 대비태세와 국내법 절차 등 제반 여건을 감안하여 실질적 군사적 기여 방안에 대해 미축과 긴밀히 논의 중임을 말씀드립니다.
The move comes as Trump points to his relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, raising fresh questions about US defense commitments in South Korea and the future of the alliance.
The International Criminal Court, viewers, says it's facing an existential threat from the Trump administration after the US imposed sanctions on senior court officials. ICC President Judge Toronko Akane is urging the European Union to step in, warning that sanctions could weaken the court's ability to function. The Trump administration accuses the ICC of exceeding its authority, while the court says the measures undermine the rule of law.
The International Criminal Court says it is facing an existential threat from the US after the Trump administration imposed sanctions on senior court officials.
Today, the court is facing existential threat from the United States in the form of sanctions. On 6 February, sanctions the prosecutor of the court, Mr. Karim Khan, on 10th February. Other persons, including judges, could be unilaterally designated by the US administration at any time, consecutively and in an escalating manner, or at once. I come today before you because the court needs the support of the European Union to survive in the next few years.
The sanctions freeze any assets the officials hold in US jurisdictions or that come into contact with the US financial system. ICC President Judge Tomoko Akane says other judges could also be targeted, warning the court could be severely weakened if the pressure continues. The Trump administration accuses the court of being politicized and exceeding its authority by investigating the US and Israeli personnel. US Secretary of State Rubio says Washington will not tolerate what he called an assault on state sovereignty. The ICC says the sanctions undermine the rule of law and warned that threats against judicial officials put the international legal orders at risk.
We will never give up, and the court took measures to prepare itself against the sanctions and limit as much as possible the effect of sanctions on its activities. But it is obvious that the court cannot survive alone. I'd like to ask you, when does the European Union intend to act and initiate the process of the amendment of the blocking statute? When more persons are designated? When all the judges are designated? Or when the court itself is designated? It will then be too late. By that time, the devastating impacts of sanctions, including over-compliance, will have weakened the court to the point of making it unable to function.
Judge Tomoko is now urging the European Union to act quickly to protect the court, warning that delay could leave it unable to function.
It's now judges in ICC under US Trump's target. Now, the Russia-Ukraine war is escalating with deadly strikes on both sides. After a Russian missile attack killed at least 10 people in Ukraine's Kharkiv region, Kyiv responded with one of its largest drone attacks deep inside Russia, targeting military, energy, and logistic sites, including the Moscow region. The intensifying long-range attacks are now bringing the war further into Russian territory as both sides step up their aerial offensives.
Ukraine is answering a deadly Russian missile strike with one of its biggest drone attacks deep inside Russia. A Russian missile strike on Kharkiv killed at least 10 people and wounded 17 others, with homes and civilian infrastructure damaged. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called the attack brutal and vowed a response. Hours later, Ukraine launched hundreds of long-range drones toward Russia, targeting military, industrial, and logistic sites.
In fact, we are today doing some long-range attacks on Russia. We are targeting or military bases, airfields, or oil infrastructure, oil refinery. We do our job very good, and we see now a lot of problems inside Russia with their economy, and benefits from war to Kremlin now decreasing, and increasing noise of people who are not ready to pay so big so big price for continuing this war. So as we say, if we want to get stable and long period of peace and normal peace, we need to make a punishment for Kremlin's regime for Russia. The bigger casualties they will have, the faster they will go for peace.
हनी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ।
हर कूट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट, स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट। क्या बात है, स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और बरसात, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
Sergio Gore's Kashmir surgical strike. US says Kashmir belongs to India. Tight American slap for Munir. Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Berger Paints, Rang Bana Rahe. Powered by Century HTF Premium Plus, Hare Boat Ka Asli Boss. Co-powered by SBI General Insurance, चुनिए भरोसा अपनों सा। Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ। 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Electricity bill paid.
Really?
Your mobile recharge is done.
How?
Make all kinds of payments using the Bheem Payments app and get cashback of up to ₹300 every month. Use Bheem app to pay.
It's the Mahi way.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ।
हर कूट में चमकी चाट।
अब बताओ, स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
हनी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम। AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट, स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट। क्या बात है, स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और बरसात, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
तो आज इस अदालत उज़्मा से रोशनी की एक किरण फूटी है। आज अदालत उज़्मा ने एक हुक्म दिया है रियासत के तमाम इदारों को। इमरान खान साहब की सेहत मुकद्दम है। इमरान खान एक इंसान हैं, वो इस कौम के लीडर हैं।
Pakistan's Supreme Court has finally acted after months of pleas and protests by former Prime Minister Imran Khan's family. Within hours, the government pushed back.
Today, the Supreme Court of Pakistan has issued an order regarding the health of convicted Imran Khan. Some points in the order related to the jail authorities and Islamabad administration direct that his medical checkup be conducted within 2 days at Shifa International Hospital. The authorities believe this order does not fall within the 4 walls of the law concerning the facilities that can be provided to any convict or under trial prisoner under the applicable jail rules.
The Pakistani Supreme Court's order outlined the specific steps the government must take regarding Imran Khan.
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने हुक्म दिया है कि 2 दिनों में इमरान खान साहब को अडयाला जेल से यहाँ इस्लामाबाद में शिफा इंटरनेशनल अस्पताल में मुंतकिल किया जाए। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान ने हुक्म दिया है कि शिफा इंटरनेशनल अस्पताल में एक स्पेशलिस्ट माहिर डॉक्टरों का बोर्ड तश्कील दिया जाएगा, जिसमें तमाम शोबों के स्पेशलिस्ट मौजूद होंगे, हार्ट के, इंटरनल मेडिसिन के, आंख के, ताकि ये मालूम हो कि खान साहब को जो ब्लड प्रेशर की बीमारी बताई जा रही है ये क्यों लाहक हुई, ये मालूम हो कि जो उनकी आंख में खून का क्लॉट आया वो क्यों हुआ, क्या वजह है, जेल में क्या उनके साथ सलूक हो रहा है। तमाम मुकम्मल चेकअप अब शिफा इंटरनेशनल अस्पताल में होगा। साथ ही अदालत उज़्मा ने अपने हुक्म में ये कहा कि इस तमाम अमल के साथ खान साहब की बहन डॉक्टर उज़्मा जो एक MBBS डॉक्टर हैं वो मुंसलिक रहेंगी। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारे लिए ये बहुत बाइसे इत्मीनान है कि खान साहब की अपनी बहन इस अमल में शामिल होंगी। और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये कहा कि शौकत खानम अस्पताल के जो चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव हैं डॉक्टर फैसल सुल्तान, जो कई दिहाइयों से खान साहब के ज़ाती मुआलिज हैं, वो भी इस अमल का हिस्सा होंगे।
The order also allows a weekly family meeting and 2 phone calls a week with his sons. But strict conditions apply.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. A Republic business news break of the situation inside SpiceJet. Once a thriving airline, now struggling to pay salaries. We have details of the crunch that SpiceJet is facing. Details coming up, including the response from SpiceJet to a question by Republic. It's a Republic business exclusive on the show. Here are the headlines. SpiceJet response to the Republic questionnaire confirms that there indeed has been a delay in salary payments to employees. Is SpiceJet going the Kingfisher way? Some employees claim that salaries have not been paid for almost 5 months now. Omar Abdullah has crossed a line today. There is a soundbite, a giveaway of Omar Abdullah during his interaction with Sergio Gore that somehow nobody caught on to. Details coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, after Republic Business revealed the accounts of several distressed SpiceJet employees who have not been paid for several months so far, now one of India's most prominent airline has confirmed to Republic in a response that there indeed has been a delay in salary payments. In response to a detailed questionnaire sent by Republic Business, SpiceJet acknowledged that there are salary arrears and indirectly corroborated the employee accounts which have complained of not receiving their payments. In its response to Republic, the SpiceJet team has said that salaries are being disbursed in a phased manner in a process that has been followed over the past few months, confirming that it's not the situation now, but has been the situation for the last few months. Nitin is joining me live from the Republic Business team. Nitin, several employees seem to be speaking on record on this one. What do they claim? For how many months have employees at SpiceJet not been paid?
Right, Niranjan. I mean, it's extremely harrowing. There are just painful conversations that we've had with several of these SpiceJet employees since the morning. And the fact of the matter remains that it's been since May 2026 that SpiceJet has failed to pay salaries of pilots, of ground staff. They've, in fact, employees have alleged, Niranjan, that the EPF contributions being deducted every month is not even reaching the EPFO. Allegations also attribute to the fact that these EPF contributions are allegedly used to buy fuel so that the airlines can fly. But what about, the question still remains, Niranjan, that what about their home bills, their house bills, their electricity, child support? So many things are still hanging in the balance. And these are so many families. It's not 1, 2 or 3. It's over 10,000 employees at SpiceJet in trouble because of the senior management's call. Back to you.
Okay. What are employees telling you about the situation? I mean, many of them are not willing to go on record, but there appear to be, emails that were shared and a lot of, developments that are not being reported in the media. How bad is it?
Extremely bad, Niranjan. The state is just nearly chaotic. And, given the fact that in India's aviation domestic space, there are only mere 2-3 major players. And the fact that their contributions are not reaching the EPFO is very concerning. The pilots have not paid their dues is extremely concerning. The fact that overall employees, ground staff, employees over 10,000 families are affected by this across the country. SpiceJet, all these aircraft, ground staff, people you're employing but you're unable to pay them. And meanwhile, allegations have in fact surfaced impacting indirectly on Ajay Singh, the chairman, saying that some of them have even spoken to us, alleged the fact that he's withdrawn 5 years of his salary in advance, which is so concerning. It reminds us of the days of Vijay Mallya when he threw a massive party while employees were struggling to meet their basic needs, Niranjan.
Okay. Thank you for joining us with those inputs. A story broken by Republic Business and SpiceJet in a question that was asked by Republic. So we asked them whether there is a salary delay in disbursement of salaries, whether there was a delay and how bad was the delay, to which they've confirmed that it is a challenging environment and they say that they remain committed to obligations, but they admit that there are challenges that they're facing like the rest of the industry. Story that we have been reporting for the last few days of the food alert across India and the crackdown that's underway in many parts of the country. Now what happens inside the kitchen of a restaurant before your food reaches your plate? Now, we take you inside one such kitchen in Ahmedabad that was raided. And while the raids were on, our cameras were inside this kitchen. What we found is deeply disturbing. The Republic team in Ahmedabad was with the team that raided a location called, or rather a restaurant called Zaika Biryani. Here's what the cameras captured.
AMC Health and Food Security Department is conducting drive across Ahmedabad, and we are at one such local food vendor. We are trying to show you how the raw material or food is stored at this place. We are going to try and walk inside. So this is the condition of storage wherein the food or all the raw material is stored. You can see it's a veg and non-veg outlet. This is supposed to be refrigerated, but totally it's not. It's totally in an inappropriate condition. You can see house flies. I could visualize a rat over here. Vegetables, non-veg raw material, everything, oil, the chutneys maybe which are used to prepare these food items are kept uncovered. Hygiene measures are not at all maintained or complied by. Also, I am going to take you inside wherein the food security officials have informed us that the masalas which are used, red chili powder or turmeric powder, it has no details, no FSSI details, no expiry date, any such detail is not mentioned on these packets. And you can see the kind of condition and environment all the material is stored. We tried to talk to the owner and workers over here. They said that they have just got up, they stay in the same facility. After they get up, they clean the entire passage and then they start cooking. आप अभी बोल रहे थे कि किस तरह, क्या बोल रहे थे कि इसके बाद सफाई होती है?
जी,
क्या कह रहे थे आप?
हम ये कह रहे हैं कि देखो अभी जैसे अभी सामान अभी आगे जाएगा, ठीक है, अभी सफाई नहीं हुई है, ये सामान आगे जाएंगे, ठीक है, अभी आगे जाएंगे उसके बाद सफाई होगी, ठीक है, उसके बाद बन होते हैं, उसके बाद हम ये सारा सामान साफ सफाई करें, उसके बाद हम सौदे यहीं पे हैं, उसके बाद हम सौदे, ठीक है, अभी सफाई नहीं है।
अच्छा, आप कह रहे हैं कि ये स्टोर करने की जगह है?
हाँ, ये स्टोर करने की जगह, ठीक है, ये स्टोर करने की जगह है, अभी ये सफाई नहीं हुई है, ठीक है, अभी हम सो के उठे हैं, ठीक है, ये सारा सामान बाहर जाएंगे, ठीक है, उसके बाद ये सारा।
क्या नाम है आपका?
नाम मोहम्मद बाबर आलम है।
आप यहीं के हैं?
नहीं, हम तो बिहार के हैं, हम रहते हैं यहाँ पे।
मोहम्मद भाई, हमें ये बताइए कि आपको क्या सही लगता है कि इस तरीके से खाना है, भले ही आपके आगे जाकर के सफाई होगी, लेकिन इस तरीके से खाना अगर स्टोर हो रहा है, आपके घर में इस तरीके से खाना स्टोर
नहीं होना नहीं चाहिए, सही बात है, लेकिन वो है, लेकिन अभी सफाई नहीं, क्योंकि अभी काम चालू है।
पवार सर, आप हमें ये बताइए कि यहाँ इस फैसिलिटी में कौन से सर आप हमें ये बताइए कि इस फैसिलिटी में स्पेसिफिकली कौन से ऐसे मेजर्स हैं वो एग्जैक्टली फॉलो नहीं किए गए हैं जिसकी वजह से ये सील होने जा रहा है?
जी, यहाँ का जो पूरा फ्लोरिंग है उसमें पक्का फ्लोरिंग नहीं है, तो क्या होता है कि इसी फ्लोरिंग की वजह से जो फूड है वो ख़राब होता है, उसमें बैक्टीरियल जो ग्रोथ होता है वो सीधा उसको हट करता है। दूसरी चीज़ें, यहाँ पे सब वेजिटेबल जहाँ काटे जा रहे हैं, उस वेजिटेबल के ऊपर जो टेबल है, जिस टेबल पे उसे रखा जा रहा है उसमें पूरा जंग लगा हुआ है, साथ में दीवार को भी देखें तो पूरा गंदा हो रखा है। अगेन मैं बोलूँगा कि वो क्रॉस कंटामिनेशन के लिए इनफ है। बाकी कुछ भी देखिए आप, जो भी डब्बे यहाँ पे पड़े हुए जिसमें ये सब खाना पड़ा हुआ है, उसकी भी कंडीशन अगर देखने जाए तो सही हाइजीनिक कंडीशन में है ही नहीं। तो ये सब चीज़ें मायने करती है और ये चीज़ें इनको बार बार समझाई गई है कि आप ये मत कीजिए। किसी भी डोर्स को आप देखेंगे, यहाँ पे जो ओपन करके हम डोर्स अंदर आते हैं उसके दरवाजे को भी अगर चेक करेंगे तो उस पर भी वैसा ही है कि जब भी हम कुछ काम करते हैं तो हाथ जैसे गंदे होते हैं वो दरवाजे पे लगेंगे, तो दरवाजे पे लगने के बाद में फिर हम अंदर आते हैं, फिर उसको खाने को टच करते हैं, फिर उसी दरवाजे को टच करते हैं, तो उसको अगर क्लीन ही नहीं किया जाएगा तो दरवाज़ा गंदा ही होता जा रहा है और साथ में वो कंटामिनेशन दे रहा है। तो अल्टीमेटली फूड में क्या कर रहे हैं कि फूड को क्रॉस कंटामिनेट कर रहे हैं और वही चीज़ को दोहराते हुए ये लोग बार बार समझाने के बाद में भी नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं।
सर मतलब ग्लव्स, एप्रन वगैरह तो बहुत दूर की बात है, लेकिन जो नॉनवेज का रॉ मटेरियल है या जैसे हम मसाले या कुछ ये चीज़ें देख रहे हैं जिनको रेफ्रिजरेट करने की ज़रूरत, मैं चूहा भी देख पा रही हूँ वहाँ पे, रेफ्रिजरेट करने की ज़रूरत है और वो रेफ्रिजरेटर ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहा है। तो इज़ देयर एनी श्योरिटी कि वो फूड एक्सपायरी डेट के अंदर है या वो भी एक्सपायर्ड हो चुका है?
वेल, ये तो क्योंकि वो लूज़ है, जो भी अंदर मटेरियल पड़ा हुआ है, जो फ्रीजिंग करके रखा हुआ है सब लूज़ है, तो उसमें कोई डेट मेंशन नहीं है। तो और क्योंकि वो रॉ मटेरियल है उनके फूड प्रिपरेशन के लिए, तो अभी उसके लिए एक्सपायरी डेट का सोचना थोड़ा गलत होगा। लेकिन उसके अंदर जो मसाले यूज़ कर रहे हैं ये लोग, वो ऐसे ला रहे हैं कि उसके ऊपर कोई मेंशन नहीं है कि भाई ये कब तक चलेगा, क्या है, कोई डेट नहीं है। या फिर फूड सेफ्टी एक्ट के हिसाब से जो पैकेजिंग एंड लेबलिंग रेगुलेशंस है उसके हिसाब से भी कोई भी तरह का उन्होंने डेटा उस पर डाला नहीं है लेबल पे। तो ये मायने करता है कि वो कब तक चलेगा वो इनको ही पता नहीं है।
So the American ambassador was in Kashmir today. Now, he did speak about Kashmir and Kashmir being an important part of India. Now, that of course is a setback to Pakistan and a message to Pakistan. But another aspect of this visit went unnoticed. Omar Abdullah, the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, made a comment. And in that comment, a giveaway of how he crossed the line while asking for a separate relationship with America. Omar Abdullah said that he will, along with Sergio Gore, continue to have conversations on Kashmir. Now, here's the full soundbite of what Omar Abdullah said when he said that he will continue to engage with America. So the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister says he will continue to engage with America and that he wants to have a separate line. That's more or less the takeaway from what he says. Listen to this.
काफ़ी लंबे अरसे के बाद अमेरिका के एम्बेसडर जो हैं वो जम्मू कश्मीर आ रहे हैं और मेरी तो किसी भी अमेरिकन एम्बेसडर से बहुत ही ज़्यादा लंबे अरसे के बाद मुलाकात हो रही है. आने दीजिए, उनसे बैठ के बात करेंगे. मैं ज़्यादा तो उनसे सुनना पसंद करूँगा, लेकिन वो भी सुनने के लिए आ रहे हैं. अब देखते हैं किस तरह की बातचीत होती है. आज दोपहर को वो मिलने आ रहे हैं. और कुछ वो भी सुनना पसंद करेंगे. वो सुने ना सुने.
Okay, there's another soundbite, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just play that soundbite out. Here's what he said. Take a listen.
There are obviously focus on what the US can do with Jammu and Kashmir. There are obviously certain legacy issues that over time we will be working to resolve, but we look forward to taking this conversation further. This is a conversation that will take place both between Ambassador Gore and Washington, and between me and the government of India in New Delhi. But we are very hopeful and optimistic that the engagement between the United States of America and Jammu and Kashmir will both widen and deepen in the years ahead.
The last thing I'll share with you is the United States puts out travel warnings, and every so often we reevaluate those travel warnings. I cannot make any big announcements here today, but it is something we're going to look at. New Delhi, the Chief Minister here, the government here, we believe have made some incredible steps to keep.
So he says he's looking forward to taking the conversation further with America. And another takeaway from what he said there, he says our conversation between Gore and Washington and me and Delhi will continue. Now, what conversations are these, Abhishek, when he says conversations between Gore and Washington and me and Delhi will continue? What are these conversations?
Well, this is provocative to say the least, Niranjan. This is crossing a certain line, red line, and this is something on which New Delhi would frown upon. I mean, ideally what happens is the host is gracious, but in this case, Omar Abdullah clearly being, cheeky to the extent of being, as I said, crossing a certain red line. I would say being cocky rather than cheeky. And he has not just said that it's between, Jammu and Kashmir, Washington and New Delhi. He also goes on to say there are certain legacy issues that both sides will work to resolve over time. Now, it's none of America's business to look into any legacy issues. So, what is Omar Abdullah talking about? This is nothing else but provocation, grave provocation coming in from the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister. It does not matter whether he is playing to the gallery under pressure from Mehbooba Mufti. That's beside the point. With the US ambassador by his side, and given the recent history of the United States, it seems that while Sergio Gore was being restrained, Omar Abdullah came unfettered, and that's really something which the center should be taking up with the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister. As I said, Niranjan, this is crossing a certain red line, and Omar Abdullah needs to be reprimanded officially for this. But this is something which cannot be taken as an innocuous statement from the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, because he has not left anything for doubt. I mean, while he's saying that there are there can be a conversation that can take place between Jammu and Kashmir, Washington and New Delhi. He goes on to say that there are certain legacy issues. There are no legacy issues between Kashmir and the United States. There is nothing that the United States can do or talk about insofar as any legacy issue is concerned. If there is any legacy issue, it is Pak-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, and for which the interlocutor is New Delhi and not Srinagar. So I think in that sense, though of course I must say that in the Independence Day speech, Omar Abdullah talked about retaking POJK, but in this case, this is clearly a case of an overreach. This is clearly a case of crossing a red line. This is clearly a case of grave provocation from the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister.
Yes. Abhishek, I'd like to play out that soundbite once more where Omar Abdullah says that he, along with Delhi, will hold talks with America and Sergio Gore. Take a listen to this.
There are obviously certain legacy issues that over time we will be working to resolve, but we look forward to taking this conversation further. This is a conversation that will take place both between Ambassador Gore and Washington, and between me and the Government of India in New Delhi.
There's also a debate with Arnab at 8 p.m. Omar Abdullah crossing the line. In fact, in the entire soundbite of Sergio Gore saying Kashmir is an important part of India, many missed this important aspect. Picking it up at 8 p.m. as our top focus. Thanks for watching.
Co-powered by Century HTF Premium Plus, हरे बोट का असली बॉस.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day. In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
पापा. सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है. ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा. अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा. छक्का? सब कैशलेस हो गया है. हाँ. ला भाई मेरा बैट. वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू. मिनट चार्ज हुआ यार. बैट किसका है? टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है. आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ. 8 मिनट में तैयार. क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला.
I wake up wearing someone's again. Don't let it slip. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट.
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट.
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और बरसात. अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने.
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ.
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो.
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात.
डॉक्टर रोमा मैनुअल वाइंडिंग 4 लोगों के पास है.
कुछ इससे भी अनोखा.
कमला पसंद सिर्फ एक अनोखा स्वाद. कमला पसंद पान मसाला. चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े.
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
From Bhatti to Operation Sindoor. Pakistanis are completely freaking out. The truth about Operation Sindoor haunts Pakistan. Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Berger Paints, Rang Bana Rahe. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. Century HTF Premium Plus, Hare Boat Ka Asli Boss. Co-powered by Century HTF Premium Plus, Hare Boat Ka Asli Boss.
बेस्ट हरा बोर्ड दिखाना सबसे डिपेंडेबल सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस ट्रायल लूंगा श्योर वाटर रेजिस्टेंट है स्ट्रॉन्ग है हाई डेंसिटी वुड फाइबर स्ट्रक्चर एडवांस जर्मन एडिसिव बॉन्डिंग सॉलिड डिफेंस ट्रायल में पास सेंचुरी के 40 सालों का भरोसा हरे बोर्ड का असली बॉस सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला डिलीशियस हेल्दी एवरीडे
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
चार्ज हुआ यार बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है चमकी चाट से क्या बना है हर घूट में चमकी चाट अब बताओ स्वाद आया
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट
I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I'm losing. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath, there's a
Finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
ऑक्टोरोमा मैनुअल वाइंडिंग 4 लोगों के पास है
कुछ इससे भी अनोखा
कमला पसंद सिर्फ एक अनोखा स्वाद कमला पसंद पान मसाला
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सब का राजा आर प्योर मसाला
इतने पेमेंट ऐप्स पर सेफ कौन सा
तो स्विच टू भीम एकदम सेफ और भरोसेमंद रिवॉर्ड्स भी मिलते रहते हैं पाओ 20 रुपए का कैशबैक 20 रुपए से ज्यादा की पहली पेमेंट पर भीम ऐप से करो पे
इट्स माय वे
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है हर घूट में चमकी चाट ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट
एयू करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम एयू
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी
बड़े बड़े इम्तिहानों से गुजरता है वक्त तराशता है जिसे तो जाने क्या क्या न करता है जब तक खुशबू सबसे बेहतरीन न बन जाए आराम के लिए नहीं ठहरता है जब तक लाजवाब न बन जाए उसे नहीं इत्मीनान है तभी तो रिचमैन बनना नहीं आसान है
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद के हित तो है इसकी खास बात
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
चार्ज हुआ यार बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है, स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
I wake up wearing someone's again. Don't let it slip. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath, there's a finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
हर पल बनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Welcome, you're watching the Super Prime Time with me, Rakta Mishra, and we start with all the top stories that we have been tracking for you all day long. SpiceJet response to Republic confirmed that there indeed has been a delay in salary payments for employees. The NCLT says that the bankruptcy cases filed by the aircraft lessors against SpiceJet will be reopened. It's a slap from America to Asim Munir. US Ambassador Sergio Gore says Jammu Kashmir an important part of India. More details emerged from the 636-page CBI charge sheet in Twitter Sharma case. CBI said that the crime scene recreation was inconclusive and that Giribala Singh and Samarth were non-cooperative. People of Manipur stage demonstrations along the highway NH 102 demanding NRC before census. The SpiceJet viewers might have got some relief on the insolvency front, but its salary troubles for the employees continue. Following the complaints from employees over delayed payments, Republic reached out to SpiceJet for answers. Airline has acknowledged the delays, saying that employee payments remain a priority. Take a look to know more.
SpiceJet may have got some breathing room from the National Company Law Tribunal today, but its employees are still waiting for their salary payments. The NCLT allowed aircraft lessor aviator ML29641 to withdraw its insolvency petition after the two sides reached a settlement. That does not end SpiceJet's insolvency troubles. 8 other insolvency matters will now be heard afresh. The airline is already under serious financial pressure, with sources putting its dues to aircraft lessors at over 4,000 crore rupees. But an insolvency case being withdrawn does not automatically mean that all the monetary issues are resolved. And while the legal battles continue, SpiceJet employees remain unpaid since May 2026. As Republic Business revealed the account of distressed SpiceJet employees, the airline confirmed that there had been a delay in salary payments. SpiceJet said employee payments remain a priority and that it is working to address the delays. Republic will continue to dig deeper into the matter, track the situation closely, and bring you the latest developments.
Now, significant diplomatic message from Jammu and Kashmir. Now, this is coming in from America. U.S. Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore, during his first ever visit to Srinagar, described Jammu and Kashmir as an important part of India and said that Washington, D.C. would review its travel advisory for the region, citing steps taken to improve the security. This comes as he met Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. Next, he's scheduled to travel to Ladakh as well. Take a look. A message from Srinagar that Pakistan cannot ignore. US Ambassador Sergio Gore calling Jammu and Kashmir an important part of India.
States puts out travel warnings, and every so often we reevaluate those travel warnings. I cannot make any big announcements here today, but it is something we're going to look at. New Delhi, the Chief Minister here, the government here, we believe have made some incredible steps to keep in this area. Gore made the remarks after meeting Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah in Srinagar. The US envoy also acknowledged a significant improvement in the security situation in the region. Gore went further, indicating Washington could review its travel advisories for Jammu and Kashmir. Calling Kashmir beautiful, Gore said more Americans could enjoy visiting the region. Gore's visit is significant. He is the first American envoy to visit Jammu and Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370. His remarks come amid the long-running India-Pakistan dispute over Jammu and Kashmir, making the statement from Srinagar particularly significant. Gore's visit is not over yet. The US envoy is also scheduled to travel to Ladakh. From recognizing Jammu and Kashmir's place in India to acknowledging improved security and considering a travel advisory review, Gore's Srinagar message marks a notable shift in Washington's engagement with the region. And for Pakistan, the message from the valley is unmistakable. Washington is engaging with Jammu and Kashmir as part of India. Meanwhile, viewers, Tarun Tejpal could now face an even longer prison term in the 2013 rape case. The Goa government has moved the Supreme Court seeking enhancement of the 10 years sentence handed to the former Tehelka editor by the Bombay High Court earlier this month. Now, the state has argued that the sentence is inadequate considering the nature and gravity of the offence, Tejpal's position of authority, and the repeated sexual assault alleged in this case by the state. Take a look. Rapist Tarun Tejpal is now facing a fresh challenge, this time over the length of his sentence. The Goa government has moved the Supreme Court seeking enhancement of Tejpal's 10-year sentence in the 2013 rape case. The move comes after the Bombay High Court convicted Tejpal on the 6th of August and sentenced him to 10 years in prison, overturning his 2021 acquittal. The case dates back to November 2013 when a former female colleague accused Tejpal of sexually assaulting her inside a hotel elevator in Goa. Tejpal was arrested later that month and was formally charged in 2017 with rape, sexual harassment and wrongful confinement. In 2021, the Goa Sessions Court acquitted him, holding that the prosecution had failed to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. The Goa government challenged that acquittal, leading to the Bombay High Court's conviction and 10-year sentence this month.
The Bombay High Court had convicted Tarun Tejpal earlier this month and sentenced him to 10 years rigorous imprisonment with all sentences running concurrently. However, the Goa government has now moved the Supreme Court seeking enhancement of former Tehelka editor Tarun Tejpal's sentence in the 2013 rape case. The state has told the Supreme Court that 10 years is not enough, calling the punishment grossly disproportionate to the gravity of the offences. The case is now pending before the Supreme Court and they are seeking a tougher sentence including the imprisonment and has also challenged the High Court's decision to run the sentences concurrently.
But the state now says the punishment does not adequately reflect the gravity of the offence. The government argues that Tejpal occupied a position of trust, authority, and dominance over the victim. It also alleges that the sexual assault was repeated on successive occasions and calls for a deterrent sentence. The state further argues that the victim was subjected to prolonged and humiliating cross-examination and must not be treated as a person on trial. The Goa government is now asking the Supreme Court to consider a maximum sentence, arguing that the passage of time cannot benefit the offender. With the state challenging the 10-year term, Tejpal's legal battle now moves to the country's top court.
And Meta is once again on trial in a California federal court in Oakland over dangers its platforms pose to children, with California, Colorado, Kentucky, and New Jersey leading a case brought by 29 states seeking billions in damages and major changes to how Instagram and Facebook operate. The lawsuit claims Meta knowingly designed addictive features that fuel the youth's mental health crisis while concealing those harms and routinely collecting data on children under 13 without parental consent in violation of federal law, while the company insists it works tirelessly to keep young users safe and has a defense that it's putting out right now, while it continues to be in the dock.
Meta is back in the dock, this time over allegations that its social media platforms put children and teens at risk. Trial has begun in a California federal court with 4 states taking on the tech giant Meta. California, Colorado, Kentucky, and New Jersey are seeking billions of dollars in damages and changes to how Meta runs its platforms. The states allege Meta deliberately designed features on Instagram and Facebook to keep young users engaged for longer time. They claim Meta knew such features could encourage compulsive use and contribute to mental health problems, including anxiety, depression, and body image issues. California Attorney General Rob accuses Meta of knowing its products could be dangerous while misleading the public and lawmakers about the potential risk.
We laid out our case today, which is essentially this, that Meta has designed and deployed a dangerous product with dangerous features that they knew would create excessive use and compulsive use by children, and it would create mental health harms, including things like anxiety and depression, like body image issues, like addictive tendencies, like learning loss. They knew all that. They knew their product was dangerous, and they lied to the public. They lied to Congress.
The states are also accusing Meta of collecting data from children under 13 without parental consent, potentially violating federal child privacy law.
This is an historic trial that will provide the public an opportunity to learn just how Meta's actions broke state consumer protection law and the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, known as COPA. The public is going to hear about how Meta profited from our kids' information and engagement on the platform. Meta knew that its business strategy was harming kids and that sustained engagement on this platform correlated and caused worse mental health.
Colorado Attorney General Phil calls it an historic trial alleging Meta profited from children's data and engagement.
I'm disgusted. I'm angry. We all should be angry. As parents and as trusted adults, we decide whether a social media platform is appropriate for our kids. But we can only do that well and appropriately when we have truth and facts, not deceptive advertising or lies about safety. A $1 trillion tech company like Meta is risking our kids' mental health and physical safety.
New Jersey Attorney General Jennifer says Meta's business model puts profits ahead of children's well-being. And government, with 25 states set to face Meta in a separate trial, the legal battle over big tech and child safety is far from over.
Now, former Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain has been arrested by the anti-corruption branch in the alleged Delhi Jal Board scam. The ACB has sought judicial custody of Jain and 4 others accused. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party is also questioning the timing of his arrest. Take a look.
A corruption case linked to Delhi Jal Board has now brought former Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain back into the spotlight. The ACB has arrested Jain along with 5 others and sought judicial custody of him and 4 accused. The case concerns alleged large-scale irregularities in tenders for sewage treatment plant projects of the Delhi Jal Board. The Anti-Corruption Bureau alleges tender conditions were manipulated to favor Eurotech and restrict competition. The agency has also alleged a 5 crore bribe trail routed through intermediaries and linked to former Delhi Jal Board chief Udit Prakash Rai and his relatives. But in court, Jain's defense challenged the arrest, calling the grounds flimsy and the arrest illegal.
सत्येंद्र जैन, आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे इससे? आपको लगा आप इतना बड़ा करप्शन करके बच के निकल जाएंगे सत्येंद्र जैन? सर आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे ऐसे इतना बड़ा स्कैम करने के बाद? सत्येंद्र जैन आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे इस स्कैम से? सत्येंद्र जैन जवाब दीजिए। सत्येंद्र जैन जवाब दीजिए। आप इतना बड़ा स्कैम करके बच के निकलने की कोशिश क्यों कर रहे थे? सर आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे क्या इससे? सत्येंद्र जैन, 17 करोड़ रुपए का स्कैम है सत्येंद्र जैन।
Satyendra Jain's lawyer argued that Jain had cooperated with the investigation and was questioned only after the FIR was registered in 2024. The defense also questioned why Jain was arrested 27 months after the FIR despite his compliance with questioning notices. Jain's counsel also argued that there was no material showing that he obstructed the investigation or needed to be sent to jail. Meanwhile, former Aam Aadmi Party leader Swati Maliwal has hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party over the alleged corruption.
तरीके से अरविंद केजरीवाल के कलेक्शन एजेंट की तरह काम करते हैं पंजाब के अंदर। नहीं तो मुझे एक बात बताइए कि कैसे सत्येंद्र जैन को, जो कि एक एक्स एमएलए हैं दिल्ली के, उन्हें किस नाते अरविंद केजरीवाल ने पंजाब में मंत्रियों से भी बड़ी और लग्जूरियस कोठी दे रखी है।
The BJP has also accused the Aam Aadmi Party of allegedly scamming public money through the Jal Board projects.
जब इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसीज ने सत्येंद्र जैन जी और उनके साथ 4 और अभियुक्तों को अरेस्ट करा है, तो दिल्ली की जनता को न्याय मिलेगा, ये एक बार पुनः एक आशा की किरण जनता के जहन में जरूर जगी है।
But AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal has rejected the allegations, calling Satyendra Jain's arrest politically motivated. Kejriwal alleged that the BJP was using false charges to target political opponents and said the AAP stood firmly with Satyendra Jain. The alleged Jal Board scam is now back in court, with the agency seeking custody and Jain's legal team fighting the arrest.
Now, today we witnessed agitations in Patna over paper leak and employment issues. Now, RJD's Lok Bhavan march turned tense as protesters pushed against barricades, prompting police to use water cannon. In fact, this was led by the RJD. And Tejasvi Yadav, Misa Bharti, the sons and daughter of Lalu Prasad Yadav were detained. And this was also on the firing that was done by a security person using AK-47. There was controversy surrounding it. Let's take a look at what really happened throughout the day.
Rashtriya Janata Dal's Lok Bhavan march in Patna turned tense today as protesters pushed ahead towards the barricades. Police then used water cannons to disperse the crowd and stop the protesters from moving ahead. Tejaswi Yadav and Meesa Bharti were among those detained during protest. The march was held over paper leaks, unemployment and problems faced by students and youth in Bihar. Meesa Bharti also raised questions over the alleged use of an AK-47 during the protest.
देखिए, आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सरकार गई थी और सरकार ने माना कि सिवान में AK-47 का इस्तेमाल हुआ है, लेकिन जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट से चाहे वो पक्ष हो, चाहे विपक्ष हो, चाहे वो स्टूडेंट हो, चाहे इस भारत का आम नागरिक बहुत उम्मीद की नज़रों से देखता है। हमें पूरी उम्मीद थी कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो न्यायाधीश बैठेंगे कुर्सी पे, महिला होने के नाते मैं बोलती हूँ कि कहीं ना कहीं वो भी मैरिड होंगे, उनकी भी पत्नी होगी, उनके भी बच्चे होंगे और उनके बच्चे भी पढ़ने लिखने वाले होंगे और कंपटीशन का तैयारी करते होंगे। हो सकता, मैं नहीं जानती कौन से जज वहाँ आज बैठे थे, हो सकता है उनके बच्चों में से किसी ने नीट का भी परीक्षा दिया होगा। तो हमें ये उम्मीद थी कि जो छात्र हैं इस देश के, खास तौर पे बिहार के, उनकी भावनाओं के साथ वो न्याय करेंगे और समझेंगे।
The government admitted that an AK-47 was fired but also clarified that no one was injured. The Rashtriya Janata Dal says the Bihar government must answer for the issues being raised by state's students and youth.
So while it's been a win for the Jharkhand students, now the agenda of the Congress or now the opposition parties has shifted to Bihar, it seems now. And with that, wrap in this edition of Super Prime Time. On the other side, it's time for debate with Arnab Goswami at 8 p.m. Has Omar Abdullah crossed the red line as he now signals that he wants to engage Jammu Kashmir with United States of America?
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
Pure Shahi Paneer Masala, delicious, healthy, every day.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
पापा।
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है। ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा। छक्का? सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ।
ला भाई मेरा बैट। वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू।
मेरा तो चार्ज हुआ यार।
बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है। आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डवेयर मसाला।
I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I don't wanna be safe anymore.
Finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े। चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
और मैं कुछ बच्चों ने कहा था कि हम यूनिवर्सिटी में आए हैं तो हमारे फ़ोन नंबर बाई फोर्स यहाँ लिखे जा रहे हैं। जो फ़ोन नंबर जिनके पास नहीं है उन्हें अंदर नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा, और या जो फ़ोन नंबर नहीं लिखाना चाहते उन्हें अंदर नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा। उनके नाम और क्लासरूम से अंदर नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा। इस पर हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आप बच्चों की पर्सनल नॉलेज के लिए फ़ोन नंबर ना जबरदस्ती लें, बाकी आप जो जांच करनी है उनकी तलाशी लेनी है ले लो, जो करना कर लो। कौन लोग हैं ये, क्या पता नहीं, अपने आप को ईडी वाले बताते हैं, कौन है ये नहीं पता, ये भी पता नहीं है। मैं मकसद तो एक ही हो सकता है, यूनिवर्सिटी बंद हो जाए बस। पहले बिल्डिंग तोड़ने का ऑर्डर किया था, वो गलत ऑर्डर था,
स्टे हो गया तो अब सोचा स्टे हो गया तो अब ईडी के माध्यम से कुछ ना कुछ कर दें।
तो आज इस अदालत उज़्मा से रोशनी की एक किरण फूटी है।
Questions over Satyendar arrest. Aam Aadmi Party questions the timing of the arrest. Was it about vendetta or Hawala? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m. Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Berger Paints, रंग बना रहे. Powered by Century HDF Premium Plus, हरे बोट का असली बॉस. Co-powered by SBI General Insurance, चुनिए भरोसा अपनों सा. Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे.
बड़े बड़े इम्तिहानों से गुजरता है, वक्त तराशता है जिसे, तो जाने क्या क्या ना करता है. जब तक खुशबू सबसे बेहतरीन न बन जाए, आराम के लिए नहीं ठहरता है. जब तक लाजवाब न बन जाए, उसे नहीं इत्मीनान है. तभी तो रिचमंड बनना नहीं आसान है.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ.
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ.
8 मिनट में तैयार.
क्या टेस्ट है, सब कराचा आर मसाला.
अनीस, घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं.
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा. रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील TMT बाय एकदम सॉलिड.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है, स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट। मैं सारा बोर्ड दिखाना। सबसे डिपेंडेबल सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस।
ट्रायल लूंगा।
श्योर। वाटर रेजिस्टेंट है, स्ट्रॉन्ग है, हाई डेंसिटी वुड फाइबर स्ट्रक्चर, एडवांस जर्मन एडहेसिव बॉन्डिंग, सॉलिड डिफेंस, ट्रायल में पास।
Questions over Satyendar arrest. Aam Aadmi Party questions the timing of the arrest. Was it about vendetta or Hawala? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m. Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Berger Paints, Rang Bana Rahe. Powered by Century HDF Premium Plus, Hare Boat Ka Asli Boss. Co-powered by SBI General Insurance, Chuniye Bharosa, Apno Sa. From Bhatti to Operation Sindoor. Pakistanis are completely freaking out. The truth about Operation Sindoor haunts Pakistan. Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Berger Paints, Rang Bana Rahe. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. Century HDF Premium Plus, Hare Boat Ka Asli Boss.
Donald Trump, the president of the US, has lauded, applauded and given a standing ovation to India's election commission and electoral system. The democracy in danger lobby have lost their words in this because now everything is over for them. They've lost the election. They couldn't promote CJP and now even America has let them down. When India is getting global applause, they have pin drop silence because Rahul Baba has got it all wrong. Repeatedly, Rahul Baba has had only one concern, that someone in the West must save his failing political career. So when anyone finds anything critical about India, he suddenly jumps up and starts celebrating. We do not need Trump's endorsement. We need to restore the faith in our electoral system, which these Dimagi Naxals are completely against.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Goswami on The Debate.
On the show tonight, Omar Dozen Abdullah tries to pretend he can have his own independent foreign policy, crosses the line, and I think he has violated his oath to the Constitution of India. He's crossed the line and must be punished for it. 8:35 p.m. tonight, hot exchange of words live on the program between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Live debate over the arrest of Satyendar. At 9 p.m. tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as Sergio Gore says, that Jammu and Kashmir is an important and integral part of India. What a slap it is. What a slap it is on Asif Munir. Your ticket is wrong, you should have changed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, the day's biggest story has been missed by the rest of the media. They have such a problem, they don't read beyond the exact words which are issued. The problem with the Indian media is its lack of depth. Now take the case of what Omar Abdullah has said. Omar Abdullah met Sergio Gore. Sergio Gore went and in Srinagar met Omar Abdullah. Nothing wrong with that, though I think Sergio Gore is being a little too enthusiastic in domestic policy anyway. And overexcited Omar Abdullah came back and said outside the meeting, and I'll play the line, that we will have our engagement. Jammu and Kashmir will have an engagement with the United States of America. United States of America will engage with Jammu and Kashmir. And then he tried to make it look that he is some kind of a mediator between Washington and New Delhi. But, ladies and gentlemen, who is Omar Abdullah? He's not even the chief minister of a state. He's just the chief minister of a union territory. He's not the Prime Minister of India. He's not the Foreign Minister of India. He's not even the Minister of State. Ladies and gentlemen, under India's constitutional framework, Omar Abdullah is just a CM under the union government. Under the List 1.7 schedule of the Constitution, he should know foreign affairs only is done by the government of India. How dare Omar Abdullah say that I'm going to have my independent engagement, Jammu and Kashmir on one side and United States of India on the other. The problem with Omar Abdullah clearly is that he has an exaggerated sense of self-importance being a dynast. And my specific problem is with these words. Hear this.
This is a conversation that will take place both between Ambassador Gore and Washington, and between me and the government of India in New Delhi. But we are very hopeful and optimistic that the engagement between the United States of America and Jammu and Kashmir will both widen and deepen in the years ahead. This is a conversation that will take place both between Ambassador Gore and Washington, and between me and the government of India in New Delhi. But we are very hopeful and optimistic that the engagement between the United States of America and Jammu and Kashmir will both widen and deepen in the years ahead.
And that is my precise problem. Engagement between Jammu and Kashmir and the United States of India? Is Jammu and Kashmir a country? Does Jammu and Kashmir have its independent foreign policy? Which planet is Omar Abdullah in? Ladies and gentlemen, he has said he owes allegiance to the Constitution of India. But the problem with the Abdullahs is they play three cards. One game they play in local politics, where they want to be the political equivalent of the Hizbul Mujahideen. One politics they play in Delhi, where they will partner with whoever is in center to remain in power in Srinagar. And one game they play when they are abroad. Triplicates cannot be trusted. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand here, if this is going to be his approach, tomorrow, will the government of Goa say that Goa will have its own engagement with the United States of America? Will Assam have its own engagement with Russia? Will Maharashtra have its independent engagement with China? If that is not allowed, this cannot be allowed either. Most importantly, Sergio Gore has been going ahead and meeting several chief ministers. None of them have spoken this language. He's been to several non-BJP ruled state governments, and he's met Revanth Reddy in Telangana, he's met V.D. Satishan in Kerala, he's met Vijay in Tamil Nadu, he's met D.K. Shivakumar in Karnataka, and none of these meetings did Vijay, D.K. Shivakumar, Mr. Satishan or Revanth Reddy use this line of having an independent engagement with the United States of America. No. Yes, the USA is welcome as an investor, the USA is welcome to talk. We are a democracy, but if you want to have your independent foreign policy, you have got another thing coming for you. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, when Omar Abdullah also used the word, there are legacy issues on both sides. What legacy issues? And which sides is he talking about? On what basis does Omar Abdullah offer himself as some kind of a mediator in a trilateral relationship between him, Donald Trump and Narendra Modi? That's the kind of positioning that he sought to establish. My advice to New Delhi, to the government of India is, please don't once again look the other way and say, here's someone who we can work with. You cannot be allowed to politically work with someone if that person has violated his oath to the Constitution of India. To the viewers of Republic, I request you build the public pressure. Omar Abdullah has crossed the line, And we need to be a strong country. The Modi government must crack down on Omar Abdullah. There must be a statement from the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs, and from the government, which makes it absolutely clear that no chief minister, certainly not Omar Abdullah, should forget that they have no constitutional authority to conduct an independent foreign policy engagement. Jammu and Kashmir is a union territory. It's not a sovereign state. Omar Abdullah has not said this, as a mistake or as a slip of tongue. He has meant every word that he has said. If today we don't tell Omar Abdullah that foreign affairs is the exclusive domain of the union government, then we are allowing him to violate the constitution. And if he believes that he can be allowed to do so, then I want to ask the center, why should he be allowed to do so? The central government has to draw the line here. This entire business of the central government on several issues, live and let live, hone do, has led to the CJP situation. Live and let live, hone do, let it be, we can afford to look the other way. No, you can't. The central government can't. The central government has to be reminded by the people of India tonight that Omar Abdullah has tried to be a parallel authority only as the chief minister of a union territory. It's a strategically important state. Tomorrow, will Bhagwant Mann be allowed to say, I will have my own independent engagement with the United States of America? Would the government not go after Bhagwant Mann? They would, because Punjab is closer to Delhi geographically and there is an upcoming election. But should Omar Abdullah be allowed to get away because we believe he sort of represents our sovereign interests? He doesn't. He is only, Omar Abdullah, you made a mistake. You are only the chief minister of a union territory. And there must be action taken against him. And these things cannot be done in a nudge-nudge, wink-wink fashion. He must be publicly admonished for trying to go beyond his constitutional brief. Let's debate.
It's a first visit by a top American official to Jammu and Kashmir after Article 370 abrogation and Pahalgam terror attack. A truth that has been reiterated from the soil of Kashmir by America.
States puts out travel warnings, and every so often we reevaluate those travel warnings. I cannot make any big announcements here today, but it is something we're going to look at. New Delhi, the chief minister here, the government here, we believe have made some incredible steps to keeping this area safer and making it more safe. And so we will be looking at if the travel warning that is imposed, that is recommended by the United States, is something that should be downgraded, because as I said earlier, this is a beautiful area. I think a lot of Americans would enjoy coming here and seeing the beauty and the opportunities that exist here.
What lends heft to Gore's statement is the fact that he is not just US ambassador to India, but Trump's special envoy to South and Central Asia. And Asim Munir must be squirming. At a time when Pak-occupied Jammu and Kashmir is demanding Munir's forces to vacate their territory, Pakistan has now been shown the mirror. But the meeting between Gore and Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah did not come without a jarring note. Omar played Abdullah and took the opportunity to further his own agenda, giving an impression Jammu and Kashmir was engaging with the United States on an equal footing. Listen in.
This is a conversation that will take place both between Ambassador Gore and Washington, and between me and the Government of India in New Delhi. But we are very hopeful and optimistic that the engagement between the United States of America and Jammu and Kashmir will both widen and deepen in the years ahead.
He mentions about conversation between America, him and Center, a clear red line for New Delhi. India has for decades maintained it does not welcome any mediation on this issue. With Omar Abdullah signaling what looked like independent ties with America, the question is, has Omar overstepped the red line?
ladies and gentlemen, with me tonight. I think he deserves to be punished. Samar, I want to start with you. It is quite clear to me that Omar Abdullah was trying to say that I will have my independent line with America. It will be direct between Jammu and Kashmir and the United States of America. He left no room for ambiguity. It's not inexperience, is it? He's doing this deliberately. He's playing mischief here.
The Abdullah family has been doing it. Had Mehbooba Mufti been there, she would have even been worse. And what is to the shock is, why is he showcasing India as a third party? That it will be US, Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, and we will discuss it with Delhi. I mean, is this guy for real? Is he related to JKLF or Hurriyat Conference? Has he lost his mind? You are a chief minister of a state. You have to choose every word wisely.
But then why is the BJP allowing him? You know, the problem is that the BJP, Radhika, is a very forgiving kind of party. And it's fallen into a trap. It begins to believe that Omar Abdullah is on their side. He's the better of two evils between Mehbooba Mufti and him. But actually, there's nothing different. I mean, I'm quite shocked that the central government has not issued a single statement. The central government is looking the other way. You are giving too much access to Sergio Gore. Sergio Gore has been allowed into a military base. Sergio Gore has been allowed to independently interact with Indian Army generals. Sergio Gore is allowed to go and have talks, okay. But now you have also allowed the Chief Minister of a Union Territory to say we will have our own independent bilateral relationship with Washington. Has the government gone totally soft?
Vande Mataram to everyone. We have not got totally soft at all, and what we have witnessed today in Srinagar is not just a diplomatic statement, it's a seismic geopolitical humiliation for the entire anti-India
that's a separate statement. No. You are talking about what Sergio Gore said. Let's be clear. No. I think, let me set the context right. I'm happy with what Sergio Gore said. That's my 9 o'clock debate. My point now is what Omar Abdullah said. Omar Abdullah says that we will have an independent sort of engagement with the United States of America. Why are you allowing him to do that?
Arnab, I will come to that, but you have talked about everything about Sergio coming to India, interacting with our generals, so I need to answer that as well. And I have to mention that it is a smack right on Rahul Gandhi's face when he made that entire mockery out of the foreign policy of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and dragged Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy, into this. This is actually humiliation for them. But when the US ambassador officially lands in Srinagar, meets the Chief Minister, and then you have this conversation, we also have to see a lot of things. Like you pointed out, Mr. Omar Abdullah needs a constitutional refresher. He is the Chief Minister of a union territory and not of an independent nation state. His attempts to talk about an independent relationship between Jammu and Kashmir and America are not just delusionally arrogant, it also crosses a dangerous
You say his attempts to talk. I'd like to correct. He has spoken. No. He has as a Chief Minister said that the engagement between the United States of America and Jammu and Kashmir will deepen and widen. Which means he is talking like the head of a sovereign state himself. And you are allowing him. This is what angers people. This is what angers nationalists. Has the BJP become soft? The real issue is BJP. No. If the BJP becomes a party which says, rehne do, jiye aur jeene do, or let it be, we can live with it. How does it matter? Why react to it? Then you become soft. Am I right, Sushil? No, you should. Why is there no statement from the central government yet?
Arnab, I'm putting forward the BJP stand, and I've categorically told you that his attempts to talk about an independent relationship between Jammu, Kashmir and America are not just delusionally arrogant, but also crossing a dangerous constitutional red line.
Why has the BJP not issued a formal statement condemning Omar Abdullah?
It will come.
After what? After this program on Republic. Sushil is laughing because this is the exact problem. You see, you are not as hardline as we thought you are. You need to be. Omar Abdullah has no damn business having a bilateral relationship with the USA and openly talking about it. And I feel just because he goes jogging in Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar, you people begin to think that it's okay. He's not. He's dangerous. He's Farooq Abdullah's son. Don't forget that.
Yes, he is Farooq Abdullah's son, but we can also not forget that he's been elected by the people of India to be at the...
Yeah, elected not by the people of India. Elected by the people in Jammu and Kashmir as the head of a union territory. What do you mean, elected by the people of India? Not elected by the people of India. No, he does not have. The Constitution is clear. The Constitution does not allow foreign affairs in his domain as the Chief Minister of a union territory. He has crossed the line. I don't understand what is happening to BJP. I don't understand what is happening to BJP. By now, the old BJP would have verbally lacerated Omar Abdullah by now. The new BJP is ठीक है, oh it's okay.
मैंने तो एक बार भी नहीं कहा ठीक है.
अभी तक तो कुछ बोला ही नहीं है आपने, नोटिस ही नहीं किया है आपने, नोटिस ही नहीं किया आपने.
Party are right on your show here, so please don't say that we're taking it lightly.
I'm sorry, but I ask you this. I am a nationalist. I am a nationalist. I am a nationalist and a right winger. I am a right wing nationalist, and I am asking you. Okay, all of us right-wing nationalists, Sushil, are asking you today that the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir says, I will have my own independent engagement with Jammu and Kashmir.
I just told you he does not have the authority. He does not have the authority
explain what is legacy issues.
It is the domain of the Union Government of India, and we will answer that.
Please explain legacy issue. आप legacy issue की statement explain करके बताएं.
Yes, Santosh Mehrotra is on the way. Santosh Mehrotra must be loving this. Santosh Mehrotra must be loving this.
You have to wait for the government to respond. The government will respond.
Yes, Professor Mehrotra.
There are 4 other speakers.
Yes, I am coming to you.
Dominate the debate. Am I to speak?
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. I am going to make 3 points and very, very briefly, and I will not speak thereafter. I'll really appreciate if you give me just less than 2 minutes for 3 points. 1. Omar Abdullah has crossed a line. He should not have done so. There is no question about it. And the secondary point, I think, still is, he may be a union territory, but under duress. The Supreme Court has said their statehood should be restored. Anyway, that's point 1. The more important point is he's crossed a line. However, there are 2 other very important lines, and neither have those so far been made. First, Sergio Gore is the ambassador to India. He's not an ambassador to 20 states of India. Why is he meeting Chief Minister after Chief Minister and the Indian?
Oh, yeah. Good question. I agree with you for once. I agree with you.
Thank you.
No, don't mute. Radhika, don't mute yourself. Radhika, why have you muted yourself?
I have not muted myself, and
I am asking Radhika not to mute herself.
And thirdly, and I am finishing with my third point, if I might. Does the Indian ambassador go around meeting the governors of US states? No, he does not.
Show me the other
meetings. He is not permitted to do so. So why are you not asking that question? Why is the Indian government sitting quiet while Sergio Gore pretends that he is an ambassador?
I am asking this question. Let me tell you one thing. I am absolutely flabbergasted that I find myself in agreement with you. I had even asked, why is Sergio Gore going for the swearing in when Indian chief ministers are being sworn in? Who the hell is he? Is he some viceroy? Why is he going around trying to interfere and have these meetings and very actively pursue a process when it is firmly established, and I'll go clearer than you, that the American deep state, the tech bros, are involved in an attempt to destabilize the elected government of India?
And I really don't the government of USA is trying to destabilize the elected government of India. Sergio Gore goes to Jammu and Kashmir, you allow him. Obviously, Radhika, you've given him permission. And he says there after a meeting, Omar Abdullah says, I'm going to have my independent line with him. We want a tough government, we want a tough center, we want a strong center, we want a strong government, we want it to crack down. I mean, what do we owe them? We can't even crack down on Omar Abdullah, Radhika.
It's Arnab, like I categorically said, the government is going to respond to that. But
you are cracking down on Aam Aadmi Party. You can crack down on Satyendra Jain, but you can't crack down on Omar Abdullah.
So we should go and arrest Omar Abdullah because he has said.
Not arrest, pull him up. Let the Ministry of External Affairs issue a statement that a Chief Minister of a Union Territory has violated his constitutional oath.
So that will be done.
When?
It will happen.
When?
It won't happen by the split of. You have to wait for the
if you don't allow
official stand.
Okay, tomorrow I'll tell you one thing. See, you guys are making a mistake because you think you need Omar Abdullah. Today, if Vijay was to say, we will have our own deep engagement and association and bilateral relationship with the United States of America, there are legacy issues that we have, and we will sort out our issues between Tamil Nadu and Delhi by having an engagement via Washington. Would you have allowed it? Sushil, is it not a relevant question, Sushil? What is going on? Why is Radhika constantly muting herself?
No, Radhika is happy gloating over the fact that Sergio Gore considered Kashmir to be an integral part of India. I mean, what value does that statement have tomorrow if Trump offers to mediate again on Kashmir issue? Are we supposed to having red faces again? I mean, is whatever Americans say so sacrosanct? Number one. Number two, we shouldn't be surprised about what Omar said. Omar Abdullah is the son of Farooq Abdullah, who in 2020 wanted to get 370 restored through Chinese help when Chinese were trying to include Galwan. And he is the grandson of Sheikh Abdullah, who in his first address to the constituent...
Radhika, why are you constantly muting yourself all the time? Is someone calling you?
Republic in the Republic of India.
Why is Radhika muting herself?
This runs in the family. They are delusional about sovereignty of Kashmir. And they will keep doing this. Remember, he said zillions of times that 370 is not enough. We should have pre-1953 370. Pre-1953 status. So the entire generation after generation of Abdullahs is delusional. They want Kashmir to be a sovereign territory under their foot. This is what Omar Abdullah represents. This is what the entire Abdullah clan represents. And number two, the issue here is that Jammu and Kashmir will remain India's sovereign territory, whether Sergio Gore says it or not. But Omar Abdullah cannot be indulged now after BJP has indulged Mehbooba Mufti for 4 years to our nation's detriment. You can't indulge one separatist after the other for some delusional political gains. Kashmir has to be a completely clear line. It cannot be if and but here and there, some grey here, some grey there. No. And you can't gloat over some half a statement about Kashmir's belonging to India or Pakistan just because Sergio Gore says it. So the mindset in BJP, the mindset in government today is worthy of concern.
Why is it worthy of concern? You want a statement because Arnab's show has to be at 8 or 9, so the MEA should release a statement before Arnab's debate. That's not how a government foreign policy works, sir. Everything is taken into account.
I can handle that one.
We have not informed anywhere. We were taught Article 370.
Radhika, many of the people who vote for your party vote in the hope that you will not become a liptard approach on Kashmir. If the BJP has decided to get liberal in its position on Kashmir, then 50% of your supporters will not vote for you. Allow me to complete. I'll speak my mind.
all right wingers, all nationalists, you are on the India's only nationalist network. We are a right-wing nationalist network. We believe in a hard line on Kashmir. The BJP should not go soft and liberal on Kashmir. You were liberal when Ram Madhav, who has just been made your national vice president, encouraged a political association with the anti-national pro-Pakistan Mehbooba Mufti. I criticized it then, and I said on the day the relationship broke that good it has broken. Good that it has broken. The problem is Omar Abdullah is saying on your face today that I am going to have my independent engagement with the United States of America. I will see what the United States of America can do for Jammu and Kashmir. There are legacy issues on both sides. There will be a conversation between Gore and Washington and a conversation between Omar and Delhi. Something which no other chief minister has said. And you are looking the other way. And you expect Arnab Goswami and Republic to be quiet about it. You expect us to look away? You want me to open the line now and ask the nationalist people in this country whether they agree with your soft approach on Omar Abdullah? Omar Abdullah is going to double cross you. He's double crossing the people of India. You must stop him. He should not be allowed to make that comment. You must issue a formal statement in response to what Omar Abdullah has said. Even if it may be that you don't want to do anything to upset the Americans, but he is not an American. He's an Indian citizen and a chief minister of J&K. You may be happy. I'm happy at what Gore said about J&K. That's my 9 p.m. debate. Why are you not stopping Omar Abdullah? Why not?
Arnab, I have made it very clear from the moment I spoke, and I have taken a very strong stand. I represent the Bharatiya Janata Party. I am the official spokesperson. So I have taken a very strong stand, and I have not once ever said that what Omar Abdullah has said that we are going to be weak.
Sure, no.
Foreign policies are not based on
what legacy issues is Omar talking about?
That has to be for the show.
What legacy issues is Omar talking about? Why don't you ask?
If Omar Abdullah is delusional, that is not my problem.
It is the problem of the people of India. It has to be the central government's problem. He's not delusional. He's doing it deliberately.
See, if you speak, you want me not to speak over you, but you will continue to
let me just open your eyes for a second. You must really know what the Americans did in South America is exactly what Sergio Gore is doing now.
But
he is going at the micro level. He is meeting every chief minister, and the moment Sergio Gore knows that this chief minister is
Sergio Gore only needs an opening.
They will exploit them.
Shouting over official statements that BJP is not responding is not going to make India set its foreign policy like that. I have made it absolutely and unequivocally clear that this is not acceptable and he has crossed the line. The External Affairs Ministry will issue a statement on time.
Should I carry that as breaking news? BJP officially says that Omar Abdullah's position, comments after the meeting with on engagement with the United States of America are not acceptable. I'm carrying that as breaking news.
Absolutely, he is not the foreign minister of India and he does not have the constitutional right.
But I would have much liked it if the central government had issued a statement to that effect. Now one minute. This is going to, the problem is, this kind of statement is going to be welcomed by people like Abid Mir Magami. This is the line. The people like Abid Mir Magami, who is with the Congress, your former party Radhika, these are the people who enjoy this.
Arnab, they have played
troubled
for
water.
decades
to
get this opportunity.
Correct.
And Omar Abdullah has taken advantage of it.
Omar Abdullah
it takes decades for this opportunity.
Omar Abdullah is stuck in local politics. He will always play the secessionist card. Because he can't even manage his Srinagar MP. He's scared of the Srinagar MP. He can't even manage his own party. So he's going to compete with his own MP on one side, who he's scared of, and the PDP on the other side. Now, Abid Mir Magami, what's your view on what Omar Abdullah has said?
मैं राधिका जी की बात से एग्री कर। उमर अब्दुल्ला साहब को जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों ने चुना है, बीजेपी ने नहीं, और जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग ही उनको चेयर से उतार सकते हैं, रिपब्लिक टीवी नहीं।
रही बात अमरदुल्ला स्टेटमेंट की,
जब अरे एक मिनट कोई किसी नहीं एक मिनट मैं इसको कोई किसी पंचायत के सरपंच को सरपंच बना दे और वो सरपंच कल जाके बोले कि मैं अमेरिका के साथ 1-to-1 डायलॉग करूंगा तो अलाउड होगा? कल आप चाहते हैं कि पुडुचेरी के लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर भी पुडुचेरी चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ द यूनियन टेरिटरी, फॉरेन पॉलिसी उनका अंदर नहीं है। व्हाट नॉनसेंस! चीफ मिनिस्टर है, कल मोहन यादव अपना फॉरेन पॉलिसी करेंगे,
सरपंच नहीं है।
कल भगवंत मान अपना फॉरेन पॉलिसी करेंगे। व्हाट रबिश!
सीएम की तो बात भी नहीं है।
See, this is the problem. You see, Radhika Khera.
सरपंच को आप कर नहीं सकते हो।
ये this is the double standard.
This is what is happening. This is classic. You see, this is the problem.
लोग जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग उनको कर सकते हैं, रिपब्लिक टीवी नहीं।
संतोष,
The problem is that the central government is violating a Supreme Court judgment which said systematically several years ago that Jammu and Kashmir should be restored its statehood.
That has got nothing to do with its statement. 1 minute. Even if it is wrong. Even if it is restored its statehood, which it should not be, even then it does not have foreign policy powers. Please don't be factually incorrect.
I agree with your second statement.
होम मिनिस्टर जी ने पार्लियामेंट में एक स्टेटमेंट दिया कि हम
Okay, viewers, shall I open the line? I really want to open the line. I want to know which way the people
He is the Chunava chief minister. That just gives him the right to meet.
You condemn Omar Abdullah's statement openly.
Okay, Radhika.
Right as a chief minister of a UT to decide who the UT can have a relationship with. I only said that he's an elected chief minister, so he can be there when there's another person, a foreign dignitary coming. That's like normal protocol. But he has broken protocol and crossed the line. He has to remember he is bound by the Constitution of India. He is not the chief minister of a union territory of Pakistan.
Pull him up.
He wants to do that. He is most welcome to cross the border.
Pull him up. Punish him.
It will be done. It will be done. He cannot cross the line, and the External Affairs Ministry will take
Tell
note
me
of
one
it,
thing,
and our government will issue an official statement.
Radhika, the nation wants to know then.
No, what are we waiting for?
Why till now did you do nothing?
How many hours has it been since this has happened?
Relevant point.
Why are you waiting for a 9 o'clock debate to get wiser about the event? Why can't, and a party spokesperson cannot speak for a government. Let that protocol be remembered too. Ministry of External Affairs, ministers, foreign secretary are authorized to lay down for India's foreign policy, not a party spokesperson.
Has been sought. I have made it very clear and in very strong terms. He does not have a license to run a pamphlet Gupta diplomacy desk over here.
It is not your remit. It is not your jurisdiction to speak on behalf of the government. Only a foreign secretary, only a foreign minister, or an authorized spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs can speak on behalf of the government of India's foreign policy.
Do not accept what the Abdullah is saying either. If you're not ready to accept what the BJP national officer spokesperson is saying, do not accept what the delusional Omar Abdullah is saying either. It goes both ways, Mr. Sushil. You cannot have my way or the highway.
It's not my way or the highway. A party spokesperson cannot replace the official policy of the government of India. A party spokesperson has its limitations. You can express your opinion. You can express party's opinion. You cannot replace the government of India. You cannot replace Ministry of External Affairs. You cannot replace Ministry of External Affairs official spokesperson. You can only express a party's point of view. You are not authorized to speak on behalf of government of India.
चिल्लाने से फॉरेन पॉलिसी नहीं बनती. I have made a stand very clear. And if you're not ready to
आँख और नाक बंद करने से भी फॉरेन पॉलिसी नहीं बनती.
But tell me one thing. एक बात बताइए. एक बात राधिका, take a step back and think about one thing. Take a thought about one thing. Why is it that today a person like Sushil Pandit, I'm asking you one thing. See, if I'm saying today, has BJP or center gone soft on Kashmir? We supported the center when 370 was removed, 35A was removed. We are hardline, right-wing, nationalist in our approach on strategic issues. Should you not think
Why did you allow the Gupkar gang to come back? Why did you start engaging with non-entities? Why are you soft when anti-national slogans are shouted in the state assembly? Why are you allowing Omar to do what the hell he wants? Why are you allowing Omar Abdullah to independently engage with the American ambassador? And why are you saying nothing when he comes out and says we will have an engagement with the US? And he's making every attempt to make it tripartite. Today, he is making it an attempt, Santosh Mehrotra will tell you as well, to make it tripartite. Why is the central government, as by law established, not cracking down on him? This is what disappoints people who expect the BJP to be setting the gold standard on these issues.
But Arnab, we have always set the gold standard.
No, but now you're not.
When we do Article 370, just because we are not responding immediately does not mean that we are going to let it go. It is not going to happen. That is not what my constitution does. We have never been soft on anyone.
I won't be convinced till the central government through the MA does not issue a statement on this.
So absolutely,
seasoned politician.
If someone is delusional as Rahul Gandhi,
he's meeting a foreign delegate for the first time. He is a seasoned politician. He knows the protocols. It's not the first time that he's been the chief minister.
Not.
Yeah, and so why?
Arnab, let's not forget, he was Minister of State for Foreign Affairs under Atalji's government. He has been part of Ministry of External Affairs as a Minister of State in the first NDA government, number one. Number two, you mustn't forget.
And Radhika, you should stop. Radhika, this is you are representing the BJP on the program tonight, not the Congress.
So I know that.
Yeah, but sometimes the line you are taking is not looking like a BJP line.
Sorry, Arnab, I don't know what you're trying to portray over here from the very beginning of this debate.
I am saying, what is the stand of nationalists?
Talent for your own benefit does not matter to me. You will not give me a certificate whether who I am and who I represent. I am a
Well, we'll put it to the test. Why don't we open the lines and understand? Why is the BJP not taking a stronger position when the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, a union territory, not even a full state, is saying I will have an independent engagement with the United States of America? You expect us to be quiet about it? Well, I don't change my position. I don't do U-turns. I am absolutely straight on narrow on nationalistic issues. This affects the nationalists of the country.
Given a statement, should have condemned Omar Abdullah by now. You should have pulled him up by now. Every second of your silence insults Indian democracy.
You cannot
it's an insult to the democracy of India. How can you wait for so many hours? After 1 hour of his statement, you should come out and give it a condemnation.
Anyway, I'll tell you one thing. Somewhere in the course of this debate, ladies and gentlemen, Radhika Khera has understood that she has missed the biggest headline of the day. I'm glad that I have been able to bring it to her attention. The BJP got carried away with what Sergio Gore said, but the BJP forgot what Omar Abdullah said. I'm glad that the Republic Media Network has reminded you about what Omar Abdullah said, because you can't change what God said, and that's good for India, but you can't make us look away from what Omar Abdullah said. He is a Trojan horse. We should all be careful of Trojan horses. They are very dangerous. They move in the shadow.
I also want to bring up one very critical point
Santosh,
to all the audience.
1 minute, I have a big other debate, BJP aap debate, but Santosh Mehrotra is for the first time in my adult career is still not walked out till the end of my debate, so I will give him an opportunity to close.
Two sentences. Very simple. It's perfectly feasible, possible that Mr. Omar Abdullah is himself playing a very important political game, which is that I'm not getting...
I can't. Please don't unmute yourself.
Despite the Supreme Court judgment, we are not getting statehood. So let me internationalize the issue. It's perfectly feasible.
Obviously, he's doing that, but why is the center allowing him? He's doing that. Here is a man who's not uttered a word against Yasin Malik. He stands with Mirwais Omar Farooq and wants to go to Jantar Mantar. You think I don't know what Omar Abdullah is doing? But why is the center allowing him?
Yes.
Why is the center allowing him?
And what's the honeymoon affair with Sergio Gore and BJP?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have to move to my next debate tonight. And thank you to everyone who is tracking us and saying, how the hell did the rest of the media forget this? Well, you know what? The rest of the media doesn't know what the hell it's doing. Only Republic does. The big other story. AAP in big trouble ahead of the Punjab polls. BJP says the sins of the past are catching up to the Aam Aadmi Party. And this time it's former Delhi Water Minister, the ultra-controversial Satyendar Jain, facing the heat. He has been sent to 15 days custody in a 5 crore scam where public money has been misused. Ladies and gentlemen, the AAP says, how come an old case has been picked up again? The government says Satyendar Jain has received kickbacks worth crores and crores and crores and Hawala transactions as well. A short news report, then a really hot debate.
कुछ कहना चाहते हैं
सत्येंद्र जैन आपको लगा बच के निकल जाएंगे इस स्कैम से?
Trouble mounts for Satyendar Jain in the Delhi Jal Board scam.
कुछ कहना चाहते हैं
A Delhi court remanded the former AAP minister to 14 days of judicial custody in the Delhi Jal Board scam.
The allegations are that Satyendar Jain favored 3 particular private firms and received kickbacks. Former IAS officer received a sum of rupees 1.52 crore rupees into his account, and later on during the course of investigation it was established that the total hawala amount which was given to the accused by the private firm was more than 5 crores. The Anti-Corruption Bureau has come across several chats which were submitted before the court.
Satyendar Jain had no response when confronted by Republic over his arrest.
सत्येंद्र जैन आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे इससे? आपको लगा आप इतना बड़ा करप्शन करके बच के निकल जाएंगे सत्येंद्र जैन? सर आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे इससे इतना बड़ा स्कैम करने के बाद? सत्येंद्र जैन आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे इस स्कैम से? सत्येंद्र जैन जवाब दीजिए. सत्येंद्र जैन जवाब दीजिए. आप इतना बड़ा स्कैम करके बच के निकलने की कोशिश क्यों कर रहे थे? सर आपको लगा आप बच के निकल जाएंगे क्या इससे? सत्येंद्र जैन 17 करोड़ रुपए का स्कैम है सत्येंद्र जैन.
The arrest has triggered a storm with Aam Aadmi Party accusing the BJP of playing vendetta politics ahead of Punjab elections.
देखिए सत्येंद्र जैन जी पंजाब के को इंचार्ज हैं और चुनाव आने वाले हैं और बीजेपी ने अपना पैटर्न फिर से शुरू कर दिया है. लोग अब इन बातों को समझते हैं और कोई भी नहीं मानता जो सत्येंद्र जैन जी के खिलाफ ये झूठे मुकदमे कर रहे हैं. पहले भी इन्होंने सत्येंद्र जैन जी को झूठे केस में जेल में डाला था.
The BJP has hit back, stating the reality on the streets of Delhi doesn't lie.
आपने देखा होगा कि आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार के पूरे कार्यकाल में एक भी एसटीपी प्लांट दिल्ली में नहीं लगा और जो पब्लिक का पैसा था, जहां पर जल भराव से दिल्ली को बचाना चाहिए था, उस पैसे का इस्तेमाल कर जहां पर एसटीपी प्लांट्स लगाकर दिल्ली में स्वेज ट्रीटमेंट के और प्रावधान करे जाने चाहिए थे, जहां पर यह सुनिश्चित करा जाना चाहिए था कि यमुना जी और मलिन ना हो बल्कि और स्वच्छ हो, ये पूरा का पूरा पब्लिक मनी स्कैम के माध्यम से तत्कालीन आम आदमी पार्टी और आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं ने खुर्द-बुर्द कर दिया.
Political voltage has only heightened and the run-up to the crucial Punjab polls has taken a dramatic turn.
Anpol Pawar, you will not get a chance to give prepared statements today. Just answer my questions. You can say yes, no, whatever, corroborate, but keep it brief so we keep it sharp. Was Satyendar Jain, right? Was he or was he not the Delhi Water Minister and Chairman of the Delhi Jal Board in this period when the tenders were allotted?
When was the tender allotted?
2022, obviously you know, don't pretend.
Which month?
2022.
Which month? Which month? Be specific. I'll tell you. You don't know.
No, I think that's such a stupid way of responding. Was he? Suppose it is December, March, January, July.
The stupid way is not informing. The stupid way is not informing your viewers.
Well, why don't you answer? Why don't you say that he was the minister in charge? Why don't you say he was the minister in charge?
Why didn't you say he was the minister in charge? Why do you avoid that?
In October, just a minute, Arnab ji, ये drama मत करो, सुनो बात.
I'm asking you a question. There's no damn drama. Public money has been looted. You're doing the drama.
So let me answer.
You can try to answer.
Don't do this theatrics. Let me answer. Be civilized.
Stop palpitating, man. Relax.
In October 2022, this tender was issued. In May 2022, Satyendra Jain ji was put behind bars in a false and fabricated case by the same BJP government. So tell your viewers that how is it possible that a person who was behind bars can do corruption?
I will respond.
जवाब देना स्पेसिफिक कैसे कर सकता है?
I will respond.
जेल में है.
I will respond to this. The same way Satyendra Jain spent 872 days in jail.
Radhika is responding right now to Anmol. Radhika is responding to Anmol and then I'll come back to Anmol.
Don't run away. Don't run away. Answer that. Be specific.
It's the same way he was learning everything from Tehran. That is how. For 872 days.
Don't speak over each other. Let Radhika respond to you. Then I'll make a comeback on the debate, please. Anmol, let Radhika respond to you. Two voices cannot be heard together. Two voices cannot be heard together. Let me please request you to let Radhika respond 30 seconds. And then I'll come back to you. I'll hit you hard with my second question. Yeah. Radhika is responding. She chose to.
Arnab, for 872 days.
My first question.
1 minute,
I'm
yaar.
answering your question. You have to listen to the answer first. The answer से कुछ नहीं होता है. 872 days that man was in jail and he was enjoying VIP services, food from outside, and massage services. Massage service ले सकते हो तो अपने मिनिस्ट्री भी अंदर से चला सकते हैं. That is your answer. And don't forget how Satyendra Jain spoke in the court today. He had the unshamed audacity to say, I didn't know the technical details. I had
Don't mock.
तो भैया रिजाइन करते ना. क्यों एक पोर्टफोलियो लेके घूम रहे थे? Why not he blindly trusting his officers? If he cannot run the government, he should.
तुम्हें भ्रष्टाचार पे कार्रवाई करनी है तो दिल्ली में करो ना भ्रष्टाचार पे. जहाँ 22,000 करोड़ का राइस स्कैम हुआ है, जहाँ 700 करोड़ का हेल्थ स्कैम हुआ है, जहाँ 90 करोड़ का साइकिल स्कैम हुआ है. तुम तो भ्रष्टाचारियों को पालते हो. बीजेपी and corruption are two sides of the same coin. That's the reality. You are rattled with the kind of work which the Aam Aadmi Party has done in Punjab. In just 5 years, we have done more work than the 22 double-engine governments have done in 22 states. That's the reality. That's the reality. It is not influencing any witness. You don't have any evidence. You don't have any money trail.
Destroying itself with lots and lots of money.
I would like to just trouble Anmol, who messed up on facts, came unprepared on my program. Because I want to tell you one thing, viewers. Anyone who makes this mistake of coming unprepared on my program has to be prepared for the consequences, because I am the best prepared, the most researched and the wisest news anchor on television today. Now my friend Anmol, who is making up technical details, forgets that the specific timeline regarding the opening and approval of the Delhi Jal Board technical bids, right, is May 2022. This is as verified by the Anti-Corruption Bureau and the Enforcement Directorate. He says October 2022. My question is, did the project cost go up from 1,546 crore to 1,943 crore, which is a gap of 390 crore odd? Did the project cost go up by about 390 crore? Now he's going to look down, look right, look unsure, and give some other answer. He won't answer the question. He'll say the fact is, and then answer. Arey, talking London, looking Tokyo, nahi chalega mere program pe.
To my question, that's why again you are misleading your viewers.
You are sitting as an Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson to answer my questions, not to try to counter these questions. Don't try the cheesy trick of Himmat Rakho. I have handled many cheesy trick people like you. Did the project cost go up by 390 crores? Answer, and don't try to run away.
You can't handle facts.
Don't try to run away like Subramaniam Swami.
You know, the reality is...
Now answer the question. Reality is that I'm asking you a question you can't answer.
और नाकारा सरकार
shaking like a neem leaf.
है विपक्ष के द्वार. That's the reality.
अभी ये dialogue बाजी नहीं चलेगी. 390 crores से क्यों बढ़ा?
चोर, the महाकरप्ट.
ये सब अभी देखो, he's run out of facts. You are seeing live a spokesperson who has no answer to my question. No answer to my question. I have fallen into it.
You are
not left anything. You have even gone on to give virtual lecture asking what are you talking? The way you lost Delhi, you are also going to lose Punjab.
There's no evidence. There are no grounds of arrest, and he has been arrested in a baseless case, just like he was arrested in 2018 in the so-called PWD corruption scam, wherein after 6 years the same CBI said that due to paucity of evidence they filed the closure report. The CBI filed the closure report, and this case will also meet the same fate. I challenge you.
He says challenge you, okay, Anmol.
Why was he not arrested for 2.5 years? What was the CBI?
And that's a valid point. Okay, Radhika, I have a question for you. Radhika, if you don't mind, can you tell me whether 1 minute. Now I'll just end. Radhika, does a person called Raghav Chadha, did he hold any position in the Delhi Jal Board?
Yes, he was.
What was he?
I believe he was a chairman, if I'm not mistaken.
What was his role in this scam then?
It is not necessary that he has.
Why is it not necessary? Because he joined the BJP.
If someone is faulting.
Because he joined the BJP, it's not necessary. No, what is this, Radhika? What is this? If he's chairman, why is his name not in the charge sheet?
Arnab.
Was he a chairman without executive powers? Was he a non-executive chairman? Was he a non-operative chairman?
Arnab, washing machine politics.
Come on, Radhika, don't repeat my name. I am an unforgiving anchor.
I'm an unforgiving spokesperson as well. So you don't need to keep giving me the...
Why have you not gone after Raghav Chadha in the same scam when he was the chairman? The nation wants to know.
If a singer from your channel commits a crime, you are responsible for it because you are the head of the channel?
If a Delhi Jal Board commits a crime, and the chairman happens to be Raghav Chadha, as you are saying,
if he is responsible, it will come out and action will be taken.
अभी क्यों नहीं है? उसका नाम ही नहीं है.
They can be our own.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I can't drop commercials because unlike political parties, we have to have an only. Commercials are our only source of income. I thank you very much, Anmol and Radhika. I both enjoyed the debate. I have enjoyed it too. But on the other side, I am going to enjoy roasting and hitting the Pakistanis hard after Sergio Gore's nice slap on Asif Munir's face when I'm back.
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Jet, lead every play.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे धूप में भी तेरा रंग बना रहेगा रहेगा रे रंगा ढंगा अतरंगा जो होना है वो तो होना ही है रंगीले तू सदा मुस्कुरा सदा 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 मुस्कुरा रंग 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 रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे बोझे पेंट्स रंग बना रहे
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये छोड़ खर्चा वर्चा
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट
वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
तो चार्ज हुआ यार बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो तुम्हारा रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबां केसरी
बेस्ट हरा बोर्ड दिखाना। सबसे डिपेंडेबल सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस।
ट्रायल लूंगा।
श्योर। वाटर रेजिस्टेंट है, स्ट्रॉन्ग है, हाई डेंसिटी वुड फाइबर स्ट्रक्चर, एडवांस जर्मन एडहेसिव बॉन्डिंग, सॉलिड डिफेंस, ट्रायल में पास। सेंचुरी के 40 सालों का भरोसा, हरे बोर्ड का असली बॉस, सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस।
We look forward to taking this conversation further. This is a conversation that will take place both between Ambassador Gore and Washington, and between me and the Government of India in New Delhi. But we are very hopeful and optimistic that the engagement
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Jet, lead every play.
रंगीन रंग रंगीन रे, देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे, धूप में भी तेरा रंग बना रहेगा रहेगा रे, रंगा ढंगा अतरंगा, जो होना है वो तो होना ही है, रंगीले तू सदा मुस्कुरा, सदा 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 मुस्कुरा, रंग 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 रंगीन रे, देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे, बोझे पेंट्स रंग बना रहे।
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है, ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा, छक्का सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट, वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू।
चार्ज हुआ यार, बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है।
I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I'm losing grip. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath there's a finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, despite all the briefcase opening that Asif Munir, the shameless ISI chief, did before Donald Trump, despite all the genuflecting, despite the number of times Asif Munir and Shehbaz Sharif have licked one boot each
of Donald Trump, today Donald Trump slapped Asif Munir hard. He sent his man Sergio Gore to Jammu and Kashmir, where he said that Jammu and Kashmir is an important part of India. It is an important and integral part of India, the statement of Sergio Gore, who is Donald Trump's man in Delhi. Now, this is an important statement. Not that we need Sergio Gore to say it, but the fact is Sergio Gore is representing the United States of America, which means the United States of America is saying that Pakistan is illegally occupying POJK. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this is a complete shift from the earlier position of the United States of America, where they said this is an issue between India and Pakistan. And in the past, 10 years ago, the American line was very different. They used to say, Kashmir is an ongoing issue. We will use our good officers. We will felicitate. We will facilitate. We will have dialogue. We are ready to play a role. In fact, Trump himself had offered to mediate in 2025 after Operation Sindoor. He said, I'll work with both parties. We'll find a solution, blah, 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 blah. Now, the fact is, we've not signed the trade deal with America. We've hammered the nuke bases in Kinara Hills. We've taken a hard line post what happened in Ukraine. We continue to buy Russian oil. We have not sided with any one side in what's happened in Iran. We continue to have an excellent relationship with Iran. And realizing our importance, Donald Trump has told his man, Sergio Gore, to go to Kashmir and say that Jammu and Kashmir is an important and integral part of India. Good, Sergio, that you said it. No big deal anyway. Your private opinion would have meant nothing. But this is an official statement of the government of the United States of America. Earlier, the Americans used to say something else. But anyway, going back to the present, how terrible Asif Munir will feel today. After licking one boot and then asking Shehbaz Sharif to lick the other boot of Donald Trump after this kind of shameless activity, behaving like a, junk salesman in the White House, offering to sell rare earths and all the other stuff and sell his country to America. This is what Pakistan gets. In fact, maybe poor little Asif Munir should protest, saying that you've used me. Now America says that Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. So he speaks in his official capacity, Sergio Gore, in Srinagar. He is not a junior official. It is the public position of America's senior-most diplomatic representative in South Asia. And it is importantly not something that earlier non-BJP governments in the past have been able to achieve. No previous Indian government has secured a public statement of this kind from a serving American ambassador, that also standing in Srinagar. For years, what has been the American formulation? The American formulation has been bilateral issue, we are willing to intervene, etc., etc. Today, it's direct affirmation from the ground, and though Omar Abdullah looks a little shocked because it vitiates his attempt and his father's attempt to play some kind of a mediator, but this paradigm shift also has to be looked at in another context. It has happened despite us not diluting our position on Ukraine, not agreeing with America, despite us not surrendering on the trade deal, despite us not playing the please Washington card. And yet the American ambassador, literally we send him to Srinagar and he ditto copies the government of India's position. This proves that you don't always have to bend on issues that are non-negotiable for India, that you see as value for India. We do not have to perform genuflection like the Pakistani Prime Minister did when he went to the White House with his critical rare earths mineral briefcase. Look at the visuals of Shehbaz Sharif opening his briefcase, rushing from capital to capital, trying to sell the same old victim story to fill up his Swiss bank account. This briefcase is, ladies and gentlemen, full of raw material from Pakistan that he wants to offer free to Washington. Despite all of this, Asif Munir has been held by the scruff of his neck by Donald Trump today and slapped hard on both cheeks on the Kashmir issue. I can only say, we're loving it. Let's debate.
Pakistan is completely psyched out. From Op Sindoor to crack down on the Shehzad Bhatti network, India is cutting off each of Pakistan's Hydra-headed terror ecosystem. The days of Pakistan running towards the United States to back them on Kashmir also seem to be ending.
States puts out travel warnings, and every so often we reevaluate those travel warnings. I cannot make any big announcements here today, but it is something we're going to look at. New Delhi, the Chief Minister here, the government here, we believe have made some incredible steps to keeping this area safer and making it more safe. And so we will be looking at if the travel warning that is imposed, that is recommended by the United States, is something that should be downgraded, because as I said earlier, this is a beautiful area. I think a lot of Americans would enjoy coming here and seeing the beauty and the opportunities that exist here.
That was US Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore, in Srinagar today. As if this was not enough, the Discovery documentary on Op Sindoor is driving Islamabad Rawalpindi bonkers. The DGISPR, Pak Army's propaganda wing, came out with a long rebuttal. And on its Independence Day, a jittery Shehbaz Sharif recalled Op Sindoor more than a few times, showing how heavy the scar weighs on Pakistan's mind.
यहाँ पर मैं अमेरिका के सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप का ख़ुसूसी शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ, जिन्होंने गुज़श्ता बरस पाकिस्तान और भारत के दरमियान बरवक्त जंगबंदी करवाकर लाखों मासूम जानों को हिलाकत खेदी से बचाने के लिए इंतहाई मौसर और तारीख़ी किरदार अदा किया.
India has stood firm in its resolve against terror and buried the Indus Water Treaty, sending Pakistan crying yet again. And India's crackdown against the network of Pak-sponsored terror outfits has left it completely freaked out. Home Minister Amit Shah's mention of Bhatti gang in his post got Islamabad again sending a rebuttal. One by one, India has asserted its stance. Pakistan cannot play victim card anymore, and the world is watching very closely.
Opening the debate tonight, Saurabh Shukla of News Mobile, ladies and gentlemen, and Professor Madhav Nalapat from Thiruvananthapuram this evening, and General G.D. Bakshi. Strong Indian side as usual. Strong representatives of a strong country. Now on the other side tonight we have Dr. Sundus Mustaqim from hopeless Islamabad, Raja Faisal from bankrupt Pakistan, and we have Hamid Khan. We have Hamid Khan who cannot believe what Sergio Gore said. He can't believe. Okay, no, Haider Hayat Khan, sorry. Yeah, Haider Hayat Khan who cannot believe what Sergio Gore has said. But he said it, and what is he said? He said, Jammu and Kashmir is an important and integral part of India. Now what happens? What is left? It's over. Arnab, it's over. Can you just
Arnab, he didn't use the word. If you ask me, it's a big strategic slap on Pakistan and General Asif Munir and his gang, who were thinking that President Trump will come to their rescue and obviously they will get something out of Kashmir. Sergio Gore is one of the closest confidants of President Trump.
Yes.
The fact that he made the statement standing in Jammu and Kashmir sends out a message not only to Pakistan but to the rest of the world as well. Their backers like OIC, the bankrupt organization, that US is very clear. It supports India's stand. Jammu and Kashmir is inalienable part of India, and that also demonstrates Prime Minister Narendra Modi's strategic and pragmatic diplomacy, which has made sure that they made the US side realize that what is the right stand to take on Jammu and Kashmir. And this will use, and I would say, I see this as a big strategic shift. I've covered foreign policy for almost 3 decades. I can tell you, today the Pakistani panelists would be having a sleepless night, and that too in Rawalpindi as well. Their bosses should have a sleepless night.
Now the other point is I believe today, Raja, just 1 minute. You see, I believe if he has any shame left, then your salesman who can't speak English
Asif Munir. Jugular vein, jugular. It says jugular, right? Jugular. Don't say jugular vein. Say jugular. It's a Kashmir is a jugular vein. You're a juggler. You're a pantomime artist. You're a clown. It's not juggler. A juggler is in the circus. It's called jugular. Okay. First of all, it's really pathetic we see the pathetic way in which he talks. Incomprehensible. But allow me, that's not the real issue. Okay, that's not the real issue. The issue is America has said that Jammu and Kashmir is an important and integral part of the Republic of India. End of story, go home, sit down.
Well, thank you very much, Arnab. Now I will respond to whatever the points are being raised here. Whatever the points are being raised. First of all, Gore did not use the word integral, which you keep on using since the very first moment you have started saying integral. He did not say integral. He said important part. In what?
Thank you for acknowledging that he said important part. Important part means integral part.
That he did not just say.
I mean, can you say important about a non-integral part? Have you lost all logic? Do you believe in Lahori logic now?
Last week, what we heard from the Senate, the US Senate, was that the 100% tariff was imposed on India. This is what the Senate actually passed the bill for. And that is about India we are talking about. And this is what you are getting as a breather right after that.
Hello. The fact of the matter is, Raja.
Slip of tongue in which he says that it's an important part, and you certainly made it.
He said it's an important part of India. Now, all that you did. Now, the other problem is, you promised to give what?
Jammu and Kashmir is an unresolved business, and America time and again has highlighted it. And even
it's over for you.
Sitting in Islamabad, he will be coming up an equal statement tomorrow.
Raja,
the scores would be level from you.
Raja, listen to me. Please understand what has happened today. I think you are still to come to terms with it. You have my complete and absolute sympathy. Because the problem with you guys is you have nothing. You take the Kashmir issue out. POJK is burning. You take the Kashmir issue out, you are worth nothing. You are worth nothing. You're a sunk country, right? You're in deep financial distress. America has told you today that it has no intention. 1 minute. He's going to say, okay, so yeah. You're like dandruff. You're like dandruff. You know what you are? You are global. You are a Pakistan. Pakistan is only like dandruff. You have to shove it aside like dandruff. You are a problem that can be done away with a strong shampoo. You are dandruff. You're not a country. Understand that you are dandruff. Now, may I ask Madhav Nalapat to educate you? Madhav, Raja says that it was a slip of the tongue. He didn't mean to say that it's an important part of India. He just happened to say it, right? Can you believe that? Would the American ambassador make such a significant comment because he got his English wrong?
Look, I'd like to point out, Arnab, that the problem between the US and Iran has showed very clearly the utter unreliability of Pakistan as a mediator, as an ally or whatever. Trump put all his bets on Pakistan, thinking it will solve the problem with the Strait of Hormuz. What do we see today? We see Strait of Hormuz as bad as it was 60 days ago when that memorandum of understanding was signed. And at the close of the memorandum now, the situation in Hormuz is horrible. So the limits, frankly, of Pakistani diplomacy have been made clear. You remember all those dinner meetings, Vice President coming, Trump, of course, playing nice cop with the Pakistanis. All that was basically because of this perception that Iran and Pakistan, that Iran will do what Pakistan wants. The IRGC will do what the Supreme Leader wants. And unfortunately for Pakistan, Supreme Leader is not based in Islamabad. He is based somewhere in Iran. I won't say Tehran, but somewhere in Iran. So I mean,
jealous of Pakistan because Pakistan is getting
incredible, very frankly, that the Pakistan side has continued to use the
Raja,
situation. Because may I point out two facts? One,
Raja, can you let him finish?
India is perfectly within its rights to pause the treaty. It is there in the original 1960 treaty. Secondly, India is perfectly right. It is there in the treaty after 66 years, to basically ask for a relook at the treaty and frankly, a remodeling of the treaty. 66 years have gone by. Even 6 years makes a difference. I'm sure my friend Raja will agree that 66 years is a very long time. So what India has done under Prime Minister Modi is to act totally in accordance with international law, totally in accordance with 1960 Indus Water Treaty of which was signed between Pakistan and India, in which provides for a pause and provides for a mechanism for relooking the treaty depending on how circumstances are changing. And circumstances are frankly people. India is a country of 1.4 billion people. Obviously, we have to look after our own interests.
No, but America also, Professor Nalapat, the other thing is, some people are saying, why has America taken this position, saying that, we are not interested in mediating. Jammu and Kashmir is an important integral part of India. Why has it taken this position? Why have they said that Jammu and Kashmir, is an important part of India, take away integral also, which it is. It can't be an important part if it is not integral. So don't look into words. The reality is, I'll tell you what has happened, Raja, so that you guys understand, okay? Now, important thing is that we are an important country. Fact is, at the end of the day, there's no point you're being in denial about it. We are many into the power of infinity, larger than you, stronger than you, economically more influential than you. We have far more levers. And Sundars, Dr. Sundars Mustaqim. See, you can sit in Islamabad and keep saying what you want about Kashmir being an unresolved issue. You can earn a little money by talking about it at every forum. You can keep going to the major powers that this and that. But the fact is, Dr. Mustaqim, you will have to realize, at the end of the day, every important country in the world will look at who is more important for them, India or Pakistan. And every country, every country in the world, every country, Dr. Mustaqim, may I complete? May I just complete? Can you let Dr. Mustaqim speak? Don't be a chauvinist, don't be a sexist, don't be a misogynist. Keep quiet, sit down, Raja, sit down, behave yourself. This is not Islamabad. 1 second, okay? I'm asking Dr. Mustaqim. See, the fact is that we are a very influential country. And America needs us. America needs us. The choice of words by Sergio Gore, Dr. Mustaqim, was deliberate, not disputed, not hyphenated, not open for mediation. It was a very well-spoken choice of words, and we made him say it in Srinagar. You have to understand our influence now.
I'm waiting.
You keep waiting for Osama to come back to Quetta.
But we are here not to prove our English accents like China, Russia, Iran, Turkey. We are here to shoot down 8 military aircrafts, and that's how we fight. And besides that, we're here not to discuss. We have been discussing about US President. This is not US President or Pentagon or White House. Just as said, we are the leading superpowers. This is something just Discovery Plus India. Indian YouTube channel came up with a documentary idea after more than a year. First of all, why did it take you guys more than a year to come up with just a documentary after the flop cinematic narratives of the movies like Dhurandhar? Because your stars have refused to work in anti-Pakistan movies, and Southern India and whole world are making fun of the anti-Pakistan movies.
What are you talking about? Are you feeling all right, Dr. Mustaqim? Are you feeling all right? Are you feeling all right? What are you talking about? 1 minute. Can you become serious, please?
Terrorism and talks cannot go together. Please come up with something new product, right? This is an old school.
You know, terrorism and talks cannot go together. As the Shankar has been selling the same product, failed product. Okay, so this is nothing, just another failed attempt to put something into Indian machine of misinformation and disinformation. As the whole world knows that India is the champion of false flag operation from Pulwama to Pahalgam. Right?
Now,
so
why are you freaking out like this? We have a Pakistani analyst freaking out live on Indian television. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. She is freaking out. She's completely losing it tonight. You are watching a Pakistani analyst freaking out because of all that Sergio Gore has said and all that was put out in that Discovery documentary.
Cinematic narrative, you cannot produce anything other than Star Plus drama or movie, right? This is not something Pentagon has said or White House has said. You know, this is something just diplomat in India. He's visited the place and he said the place is very beautiful. Nothing else. You know, if tomorrow, if US diplomat to Pakistan will visit Azad Kashmir and will say, what a beautiful part of Pakistan. So this is as it is. Like, we are not going to say that. They finally admitted the fact that Pakistan has been saying Kashmir is an integral part of Pakistan. So please stop manipulating the same cinematic narrative, because Pakistan shoot down 8 military aircraft. This is the real game, and that's what we practically did in Operation Markai. So whatever you are coming, Pakistan, we don't need to produce movies, we don't need to produce documentaries, we don't need to put into our machine of misinformation and disinformation, because we know what we are supposed to do on real ground. Okay, so documentaries and movies like this cannot sell your product anymore.
Dr. Mustaqeen, first of all, I have a piece of advice to you. And my advice to you is that my advice to you is that you are making a spectacular self-goal on the largest news network in the country. And sort of we must understand that what you have scored. Allow me to complete. You are a bag of nerves right now. I request you to collect yourself, regain your confidence, listen to the question and then answer. Because it's no problem. Often Republic is the biggest network in Asia. People come on my program for the first time, they do freak out, but you're freaking out live. But you're freaking out. The point is that please understand that what Sergio Gore has said is a deliberate choice of words. He's not said Kashmir is beautiful. He said that among other things, it's a very beautiful place. But what he has said, allow me to complete. GD Bakshi is with us. What he has said there is that Jammu and Kashmir is a very important part of India. And please remember, he has said this on his first visit to Jammu and Kashmir after the Pahalgam attack, after Operation Sindoor. And he has said that I will not allow any shielding of the Pakistan on the Kashmir issue. I will go to Kashmir and publicly accept that Jammu and Kashmir was and shall be an important part of India. Now I'll come to the documentary later, which by the way, let me tell you, yesterday I had this great meeting with Air Chief Marshal Singh, the chief of Air Staff. Fantastic. I went to the Air Headquarters yesterday, General Bakshi. I hope I can pick out a picture. What an officer, you know. What pride. Allow me to complete. I can reveal nothing. I can reveal nothing of what he told me. But is there a picture of that? Is there a picture of that? This is, by the way, this is, put it by the. This man is a hero. Dr. Mustaqeen, do you see that? Yesterday I went to the Indian Air Force headquarters, met the Air Chief. What a hero this man, you know. How he hammered you guys. And what a fantastic officer, General Bakshi. What a fantastic officer. What a fantastic officer. How well he hammered you. How well he hammered you. See, even a picture, General Bakshi, even a picture of me standing with the Indian Air Force chief makes them shiver down, shivers go down their spine. I tell you, I salute this officer.
Because he didn't know
Raja.
For a full month he didn't know what to say. And then after that the script writers of Bollywood, he suddenly came up with a script. And he started.
Raja,
He is one of the worst
Raja, Jal Bakshi. Anyway, this was private meeting, great meeting, and I love the Indian Air Force Chief. I respect the Indian Air Force. I'm proud of the Indian Air Force. I will always be proud of the Indian Air Force. My sister serves in the Indian Air Force. My sister serves in the Indian Air Force. My father served in the Indian Army. My sister serves in the Indian Air Force. We are proud of the Air Force. We are proud of the forces. And given half a chance, we'll hammer you again. We'll hammer you Pakistanis again. Go back to the other visuals. Now, General Bakshi. One sec. Go back to the other visuals. General Bakshi. Can you go back to the other visuals? That's enough of the visual of the Air Force Chief. General Bakshi, why are the Pakistanis not understanding what Sergio Gore said? Why are they refusing to understand?
Why are you understanding cinematic narrative of your Air Force?
Pakistan has always... One second, Raja. The question was addressed to me, old chap. Raja, what I would like to say is... Pakistan has always had a problem with accepting ground realities. Ground realities. What Sergio Gore has said is the ground reality, is facts on ground, is the legal position. The Maharaja of Kashmir acceded to India, signed the instrument of accession. Period. End of story. Quod erat demonstratum. I mean, what more do you need?
Let him complete. Raja, you are interrupting him. Haider and Hamid have not spoken.
Then I won't be able to hear
He kept quiet when you spoke. Why are you behaving like that? You are not taught any manners in Islamabad? When an Indian general speaks, how to respond? He kept quiet when you spoke, no?
I think I always get leverage from General Bakshi. Always intervene. He doesn't mind that, I know that.
Thank you.
That's why you also need to learn how to treat your guests.
Yeah, I am treating you very well, Dr. Mustaqeen. You just became very nervous, that's all.
Arnab was very disturbed with the documentary. Arnab, you are coming out with a documentary of your own on Operation Sindoor.
Yes, sir, yeah.
I'm sorry if this one has disturbed
No problem. We'll come out with our own.
That will shock you. That's going to shock you. That's going to come out this weekend. So keep watching this space.
Yes, sir.
Keep watching this space, young lady.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll show you the truth about Operation Sindoor.
I have a single liner.
Yeah, we'll show you the truth about Operation
Bollywood and Warner Brothers. You can keep believing on Warner Brothers and Bollywood. We believe in reality. We don't believe in documentaries. We don't believe in movies or films. We believe in reality. And the world knows what the reality was. We don't want Warner Brothers. We don't want Bollywood to prove our lies like you yourself.
One second.
Where is that video?
Okay, thank you for that statement. Thank you for that statement. What I'd like to tell you is that as per us, Operation Sindoor is not over. And should Pakistan misbehave, Operation Sindoor will be a trailer. Picture, beta, abhi baki hai. Picture ki aap baat kar
Can I run the video of the trailer? Is there a problem? You can't run it? Then why?
You were not very well prepared. I think you always need preparation. You were not prepared at that time. Now you want to do it. Pakistan was prepared then.
Louder. Why is
prepared today, and Pakistan will always be prepared tomorrow.
Okay, now I want to bring in Haider Hayat Khan. See, there are two issues which we are debating today. One, America saying that Jammu and Kashmir is an important part of India. And not saying it's a bilateral issue, we must resolve, etc. And it is happening at a time when we are having a deeper commercial engagement with the United States of America, and we are a very large economy. We are $19 trillion in purchasing power parity terms, which makes us third largest in the world. You know how big that is? You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. You're a teeny weeny drop in the ocean for us. You're a teeny weeny drop in the ocean. That's General Anil Chauhan in the documentary. Now let me say.
This kind of money is being considered as illicit money.
Okay, now Raja, can I go to Haider? आप उन्हें बोलने देंगे? See, Haider, it is very sad that unknown people are coming and killing the terrorists in Pakistan.
So many unknown people have killed so many known terrorists. And I can assure you that we are looking at this situation with grave concern. But having said that, I feel so proud, General Bakshi, when I see like the amazing Ajit Doval, in that documentary. Hats off to him. I think one of the greatest sons of India, without doubt. And I want to say that General Bakshi has had the unique, that's General Ghai, fantastic officer, now serves with, General Ghai has moved to the
can I answer
National
now,
Security
can I answer
Council,
now,
working directly as with Ajit Doval, and that's Air Marshal Singh. The fact is that there is a calm and quiet determination that came across in the documentary. And it was very clearly said out here that we have an intention to continue the fight till the last terrorist is eliminated. Rawalpindi has no option today but to say, oh, it's Bollywood, it's dramatized. That's not a defense. You know what that is? That is called panic. Because what you're seeing here is the intent, intent of the Indian government, 1 minute. Now, watching this straightforward intent, as well as the inside story, as well as the proof, today Sergio Gore has gone to Srinagar and said, listen, Pakistan, I am saying it once and for all, Jammu and Kashmir is a very important part of India. Sit down. All you people in Pakistan, now sit down. It's never going to be internationalized again. I hope that is fundamentally clear to you. You don't make a fool of yourself by trying to be in denial. Yes, Haider, please don't make a fool of yourself.
Thank you very much, Arnab. Well, Arnab, U.S. Ambassador Sergio Gore's Srinagar visit reflects a troubling...
You are reading from some ISI script. Don't look to your left. You are reading something from the left-hand side of your screen. You're looking at a screen, you've been given a script. What were you looking at?
For God's sake, Arnab.
What? No, God's sake nahi hai. Saurabh, he was reading from something. Saurabh?
In Rawalpindi has tutored him, that's what he's reading, and obviously
I'll turn the tape back, he was looking at something.
The US ambassador says this in Jammu and Kashmir. Mark my word, Arnab, the timing is important, the place is important, and the message is bigger to the Pakistani for having a sleepless night.
Saurabh, I will allow him, but you can't look to the left to the ISI script.
Sergio Gore's Kashmir visit reflects a troubling detachment from Kashmir's history and ground reality. Sergio Gore is from the United States, and there is a building in the United States known as the headquarters of the United Nations. और उसकी 18 प्राइमरी रेजोल्यूशंस हैं जो कहती हैं कि कश्मीर is an internationally disputed territory. कहते हैं कि
it is not
run by a company he keeps.
J&K, even the Americans decide is an inevitable part of India. You are occupying Pakistan occupied Kashmir. You are in illegal occupation of Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which obviously you will have to cede one day. People of POK are really very upset in the way in which you are running that province. That's a part of India. So don't mislead. Don't read what your bosses in Rawalpindi have told you to say. So you got it. What you have got a big. You were always talking about the K word. The K word that you got today is a big kick from the US side, and that too from the US ambassador to India, who also happens to hold the charge of the special envoy. So he speaks directly on the behalf of the US president, and the clear message that you should be getting to your bosses in Rawalpindi tonight.
And living with jahils like you.
What language is this guy using? Arnab, stop getting this guy.
He's just going to cry. Saurabh, he's going to cry. He's going to cry.
Exactly the language which you people understand.
Saurabh, he's going to cry. Saurabh, he's going to cry. Haider is going to cry.
You just said that you treat your guest.
I am not treating my guest in any way. I am saying that he's going to cry.
I have made you cry before, and today I will make you cry. तो ये चीज तो आपको बहुत अच्छे से पता है कि मेरी और आपके मेहमानों की तारीफ क्या है. तो ये वाली बातें करके आप वही हरकतें भी अभी आपने अपनी एक पिक्चर दिखाई एपी सिंह के साथ रिसेंटली कपिल शर्मा के शो में गए और कपिल शर्मा ने भी कहा कि मैं कॉमेडियन हूँ, ये एपी सिंह मुझसे बड़े कॉमेडियन है. तो ये कॉमेडियन आज आपकी जो मिलिट्री को हेड कर रहे हैं राहुल गांधी ने कहा कि क्लाउन्स मस्करे
First of all, don't you, one minute, volume down. Don't you dare to make a comment about the Chief of the Indian Air Force. I will give you such a tight verbal slap, you will remember it for the rest of your life. पाकिस्तान में बैठ के कपिल शर्मा शो देखते हो, अपने आप को जियो पॉलिटिकल एक्सपर्ट बोलते हो, यही प्रॉब्लम है इनकी. एक मिनट. Now I want to make a point. There's no crying. You see. Then I tell you one thing. Hamid, what is your name? Haider and Sundus. If you have a problem, with what Sergio Gore has said, why doesn't the government of Pakistan? Simple, Professor Nalapat. You have a problem with what? If you have a problem with Sundus, with what the American government has said, why does your government? Why does your government allow Sundus? Why does the government of Pakistan? Why does the Foreign Ministry of Pakistan? Why does the ISI not issue a formal statement? Why don't you issue a formal statement contradicting or condemning Sergio Gore?
Well, I'd like to make a point, Arnab. It is basically that the entire Pakistan army diplomacy is based on garnering global support, especially in the Western countries. And may I point out, ladies and gentlemen, that Discovery is not an Indian channel. Discovery is a very reputed international channel run by a company, frankly, which is a huge company, a complete monolith. And nobody can influence the Discovery. They dig up their own facts, they present them, and that presentation is on the entire credibility of Discovery rests on that presentation. All of us have spent such a lot of time watching some very interesting Discovery documentaries. This is one of them. The fact is, again I repeat, that Discovery is not an Indian channel, it's an international channel. They do their own fact checking, they do their own research, and they have come to an independent conclusion about operation after the Pahalgam attack. And please don't tell me that Pakistan Army Chief is not responsible. The fact is that now everybody recognizes that is not, right from the time of independence onwards, General Ayub Khan and others, they have been practicing this form of warfare, asymmetric hybrid warfare against India, because they know they cannot succeed in a real, actual, conventional war. But so far as Sergio Gore is concerned, please remember, he was the White House, he was the chief of staff there, a large number of people are working in different levels of government were personally selected by Sergio Gore. He has the ear of Donald Trump. He has the trust of Donald Trump. And when he makes a statement, there's no ambiguity about it. There's no ambiguity whatever about that statement. And it clearly means, as General Bakshi has very correctly said, the ground reality. And the second ground reality is that so far as the geopolitical world is concerned, the importance of India cannot be overestimated.
Okay, I also another point here today, Professor Nalapat, you know what was the point, Professor Nalapat? And we need to analyze this. Raja, why have you failed is something that you need to analyze. Pani pee lijiye. I would like Haider Hayat Khan to hydrate himself because he's not done well in the first half of the debate. Let's see what he does in the last 10 minutes. Raja, your Prime Minister went to the United Nations General Assembly and made a spectacular self-goal by admitting that we have a lot of terrorists operating on Pakistani soil. When the Prime Minister of your own...
That are funded by India.
No, he did not say that. He did not say that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. And please listen to me carefully. I have General Bakshi here on the program. He went to the UN General Assembly, right? And he said, we have a lot of terrorists operating on our side. I'm trying to control them. If I don't control them, they will be on the streets of London and New York. These were his words. The same country that has shielded Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba, etc., now is saying to the rest of the world, I have terrorists. You should be grateful I'm keeping them in my country. Should I let them loose, they will go to London and New York.
Let me correct you.
Why did he say that? Why did he say that? When he said that.
Let me correct you.
No, but he said that. He said that. Am I here? Did he say that or not say that? Raja?
No, he didn't.
Raja, he said that if I don't manage the terrorists in Pakistan, they will be roaming the streets of London and New York.
Pakistan as a state has...
Did he say that, Raja?
Afghanistan is...
Did he say that, Raja?
Of terrorism. Pakistan is fighting against the terrorism which is originating from Afghanistan, facilitated by India, financed by India, and Pakistan is fighting against them. And historically, he was right when he said that these people, they are being nurtured in Afghanistan, and it's not far that they will
anyway, I'd say now...
He heard. Same happened with the Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda was being nurtured. They had safe havens in Afghanistan at that time, and they carried out activities in the West. Madrid bombings, London bombings, then 9/11, then Bali bombing. All of these bombings, they were conducted by a safe haven called Afghanistan. If it was a threat, then it is a threat today, which Pakistan...
Raja, you are not looking confident tonight. Raja, you're not. Raja, may I make an observation?
I am confident today.
May I make an observation, General Bakshi, about Raja, Sundus, and somewhere Haider? Today they have lost, they have a failed expression on their face because they have realized what has happened.
Have you the right to judge, by the way? You're not allowed to judge three of us or our RBCs. Please stop doing that. You already insulted, you are not allowed.
Who have I insulted?
You are not supposed to.
Who have I insulted?
Who
have I insulted?
Okay.
Who have I insulted?
As I just said, you are being continuously judgmental. So you are not nowhere.
I have been continuously judgmental since I was born. I was born judgmental.
Is too good at making movies.
That's my mistake.
I am judgmental. I was born judgmental.
You are helping in terms of media, you are facilitating in terms of...
I'm not. I'm just saying that...
If you manage to read the ISPR script and write-up, it literally answers all your questions and queries. So the perfectly...
So you are saying today that the ISI script writer has given you a script for my program?
No, ISPR,
you just said that.
ISPR released after your documentary, funny documentary. You're supposed to read that. If you didn't read that, it means you are here unprepared. You are conducting the program without any solid preparation.
You see, we have a very dangerous army. I'll tell you, we haven't dealt with you. In that, General Rajiv guy says, I got a call. They wanted, and the Pakistani operations head said that you must be very happy.
He had all the opportunity to deal with Pakistani Air Force. What makes you reluctant to deal with us at that time?
If that lady would
give me a... It's a warfare. Why you are reluctant to deal with Pakistan?
Warfare, not warfare.
And how Pakistani's program or in the...
He asked me a question.
Fight with us on real ground.
Ministry of Foreign
Affairs. Now, get all the chances to deal with Pakistani army.
Ministry
or individual? At that time. And why it took you so much time, more than a year to come?
Okay, now we have a statement from the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs. 1 minute. Sit down. Sundus, this is a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. And as far as Republic is concerned, we have been and will always be your biggest migraine. I can assure you that, okay? But we are a very popular network. We're the largest, most influential, most powerful network in India and across Asia. I'm happy to share with you, General Bakshi, a moment which history is changing while we are on the program tonight. History is changing. The Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs has criticized America for saying that Jammu and Kashmir is an important and integral part of India. And a full statement is being put out here. They have said that we are very angry with what has been said by Sergio Gore. This is very bad. We thought that you are standing with us. But you have said that it is not disputed
That is not a
territory.
man-made ये statement आपको ये statement आपको आपके न्यूज़ से
I have the statement.
यहाँ से आपको सरीना काबुल के 5वें फ्रूट की खबर आई थी.
Statement is with me.
हाँ ये पढ़िएगा ये
Can I read it? आपकी अंग्रेजी थोड़ी weak है. आपकी अंग्रेजी थोड़ी weak है आइदर जी. Weak.
मेरी अंग्रेजी को आप छोड़ दें. आप वो स्टेटमेंट पढ़िए.
मेरी अंग्रेजी weak नहीं है. मेरी अंग्रेजी weak नहीं है क्योंकि मेरी अंग्रेजी weak नहीं है because I have graduated. मेरी अंग्रेजी I have graduated from the best college in India, Hindu College, Delhi University.
I am from Government College University Lahore.
Now I know your problem. Now I know आप ऐसे क्यों हैं. Now my question is, what Pakistan?
I'm also born and raised Lahore.
सुंदर आप मेरी बात सुनिए ना. आप मेरी बात सुनिए. मेरी बात. What have they said? They have said we strongly condemn and categorically reject the characterization of Jammu and Kashmir as an important part of India. Why are you crying, crybabies?
It's a disputed territory.
Crybabies.
It's not a part. It's not certified Pakistan, the part of Indian Pakistan.
Crybabies.
Why you are third-party mediation?
Crybabies, cry.
Why India is afraid of third-party mediation?
Why this? Why that? Why this? Why that? Rona, dhona, rona, rona. What is this?
Answer ना. और वो नहीं है सर. आराम से पूछ रहे.
What is there to answer? So हो गया जो होना था हो चुका है. अभी कुछ नहीं हो सकता है.
That's the proof. ग्राउंड रियलिटी क्या है? स्टेटमेंट्स ही है ना. आप दें हम दें
कंप्लेंट कीजिए डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को.
स्टेटमेंट्स ही है. ग्राउंड रियलिटी क्या है? इंडिया स्टिल अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट टेरिटरी. इट्स स्टिल अ डिस्प्यूटेड टेरिटरी. दैट्स द ग्राउंड रियलिटी.
आपके बोलने से डिस्प्यूटेड हो जाएगा. मैं बोलूंगा लाहौर में डिस्प्यूटेड टेरिटरी.
आपके बोलने से नहीं होगा. इंडिया का पार्ट हो जाएगा. हम भी बोलते हैं पाकिस्तान का कश्मीर. कश्मीर इज एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान.
देखिए आपके मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फॉरेन अफेयर्स ने हमारे रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क को भी इस तरह का एक 1 पेज स्टेटमेंट दिया था ऑन हाउ बैड रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क इज. आपके बोलने से हो जाएगा.
रिपब्लिक इंडिया है. व्हाइट हाउस नहीं है. रिपब्लिक इंडिया है.
रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क
की बात करेगा ना. तो फिर उसमें शायद इंडिया में खड़े होकर कोई कह रहा है डिफरेंस. इंडिया की सरजमीन पे खड़े होकर
Sundus will keep speaking without making sense.
Sundar साहब चुप कर जाए.
Because I have pinching questions you cannot answer.
I'm talking to General Bakshi. This statement in my view, this statement of Pakistan is the final nail in their coffin. Now they've accepted that America has changed its position. Right? And there's no looking away now. General Bakshi.
I can quite understand it would be a great shock to the Pakistani Foreign Office. You know, an assertion by America whom they thought they had purchased with the crypto deal, by selling, becoming a traveling salesman for rare earths. They thought they had purchased the United States of America.
Numbers.
I don't think they had counted on how Donald Trump can flip sides, switch sides, and just seems to have dumped Pakistan. And he's endorsed his ambassador. And this is not an ordinary ambassador. Plenipotentiary for Central Asia, the whole South Asian region. He said in unequivocal terms that Kashmir is an important, integral part of India. So quite obviously, I can understand the consternation and shock in Islamabad. What turning point, boy?
Misjudgments about Pakistan, misjudgments about India.
Turning point?
Right after the May 2025 war.
Okay, Pakistan is summoned.
Have to live with this.
Pakistan is summoned. Pakistan is at war with America. They have summoned the US charged the affair.
Jammu and Kashmir is part of India. Period. End of
story. Khatam baat. Aage niklo.
You can keep shouting from the rooftop. You just heard the ambassador of the United States, and you heard the lament of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I mean, they are all quite clear. They are all quite clear that America has taken another U-turn to your discomfiture for all the crypto deals that you were doing with the Trump family have been of no.
Where is my prediction?
We're going to go on breaking news mode with this. With this with all the reactions, and this is huge. We're celebrating tonight.
That's your problem.
तो अभी उनको जाने बख्शी को सुन लेने दीजिए. आज की एंटरटेनमेंट करना काम होगी.
हाइदर जो हो गया अभी आप जाके वहाँ पे अभी जो आप लोगों को करना है करिए. We have moved.
हमने समन किया है ना, आपकी तरह हम फ्लायरों की तरह तो नहीं चुप कर बैठे हुए.
समन करो.
हमने समन किया है, हम डिमार्च करेंगे.
डिमार्च
करेंगे.
करो. Enjoy yourself, ladies and gentlemen. But Asif Munir को बोलो अंग्रेजी सीख ले. He keeps saying juggler. Doesn't know how to speak English. What an embarrassment. But this is regardless the big breaking story. Pakistan versus US. Within hours of Sergio Gore saying that Jammu and Kashmir was and shall always be an important and integral part of India. Ladies and gentlemen, he can't go back on that one, can he? You never know with America. We'll watch the space. Breaking news continues. Thank you.
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Jack, lead every play.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे धूप में भी तेरा रंग बना रहेगा रे रंगा ढंगा अतरंगा जो होना है वो तो होना ही है रंगीले तू सदा मुस्कुरा सदा मुस्कुरा रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे बोझे पेंट्स रंग बना रहे
बेस्ट हरा बोर्ड दिखाना सबसे डिपेंडेबल सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस ट्रायल लूंगा श्योर वाटर रेजिस्टेंट है स्ट्रॉन्ग है हाई डेंसिटी वुड फाइबर स्ट्रक्चर एडवांस जर्मन एडहेसिव बॉन्डिंग सॉलिड डिफेंस ट्रायल में पास सेंचुरी के 40 सालों का भरोसा हरे बोर्ड का असली बॉस सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा.
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है.
हाँ ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
चार्ज हुआ यार बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है.
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Jack, lead every play. Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Jack, lead every play.
रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे अतरंगा अतरंगा जो होना है वो तो होना ही है रंगीले तू सदा मुस्कुरा सदा 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 मुस्कुरा रंग 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 रंगीने रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे बोझे पेंट्स रंग बना रहे पापा
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है हाँ
ओ ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
मुझे तो चार्ज हुआ यार बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट वो भी हर महीने
मनी 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 एवरीवन
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी
वेस्ट थारा बोर्ड दिखाना सबसे डिपेंडेबल सेंचुरी HDF प्रीमियम प्लस
ट्रायल लूंगा
श्योर वाटर रेजिस्टेंट है स्ट्रॉन्ग है हाई डेंसिटी वुड फाइबर स्ट्रक्चर एडवांस
देखिए सत्येंद्र जैन जी पंजाब के को इंचार्ज हैं और चुनाव आने वाले हैं और बीजेपी ने अपना पैटर्न फिर से शुरू कर दिया है लोग अब इन बातों को समझते हैं और कोई भी नहीं मानता जो सत्येंद्र जैन जी के खिलाफ ये झूठे मुकदमे कर रहे हैं
I wake up wearing someone's skin. Don't let it slip again. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath, there's a
finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
पापा
Viewers, so Pakistan is rattled by what Sergio Gore has said on Jammu and Kashmir, and now the Foreign Ministry has posted saying that the chargé d'affaires, that is the US envoy in Pakistan, has been summoned by Islamabad. And that's the breaking news we are getting in right now for our viewers. We've been debating this. We've been talking about how Pakistan has been slapped by Sergio Gore, by America, and now after being dumped by America, Pakistan is rattled. It is now crying. It is a cry, like a crybaby. It now summons chargé d'affaires, the US chargé d'affaires, and this is the breaking news we're getting in. Sergio Gore today becoming the first top American diplomat to visit Jammu and Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370 and Pahalgam terror attack. He said that Jammu and Kashmir is an important part of India. And he also said that he's going to reconsider, that US is going to reconsider the travel advisory in Jammu and Kashmir for its travelers, for the American citizens. And now, here you have Pakistan saying that these are incorrect remarks, factually incorrect remarks, because Sergio Gore, ladies and gentlemen, he said that Jammu and Kashmir is an important part, integral part. Everybody knows that. Today he said important part, and of course that's a truth from the soil of Kashmir that he uttered, that the fact that it was coming in by none other than America, which is of course not going down well with the Pakistan, quite understandably. And now it is rattled over Sergio Gore's visit, and also more importantly because of the statement, and now it has issued a strong demarche to the US chargé d'affaires in Islamabad, has been summoned by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad over Sergio Gore's statement, asking that please do not make such statements, that that US officials should refrain from making such statements. And that is what we are breaking right now.
And viewers, this is, in fact, let's take a listen in once to what Sergio Gore had said, which had rattled him. And because he, in fact, has visited Srinagar today, he goes to Ladakh tomorrow, and he, in fact, has toured entire Srinagar today, calling for he also, in fact, hailed the improvement in the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. And we now are getting in this statement that has been issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan, where they are objecting, Islamabad is objecting to the statement made by Sergio Gore that Jammu and Kashmir is an important part of India. Of course, a well-known fact, which is not facts for Pakistan and does not suit its propaganda, does not suit its agenda. While Pakistan has tried hard time and again to internationalize the issue, drag Kashmir in different international fora, it has failed. And once again, it's got a slap on its face. Let's listen into what Sergio Gore had said on Kashmir.
States puts out travel warnings, and every so often we reevaluate those travel warnings. I cannot make any big announcements here today, but it is something we're going to look at. New Delhi, the Chief Minister here, the government here, we believe have made some incredible steps to keeping this area safer and making it more safe. And so we will be looking at if the travel warning that is imposed, that is recommended by the United States, is something that should be downgraded, because as I said earlier, this is a beautiful area. I think a lot of Americans would enjoy coming here and seeing the beauty and the opportunities that exist here.
All right, we have Major General G.D. Bakshi joining us on the broadcast live. Major General Bakshi, well, Pakistan has been quick to respond, and it is now crying over the statement that has been made by Sergio Gore, so much so that he's even issued a strong demarche. And